We are live, kids. We are live. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to Camp Tintri. We're gonna have a lot of fun today, guys. So to be honest, normally I'm in the studio, and for those of you who have seen these before, I generally get smell and taste envy big time. So hello from California. Yeah, by the way, do your shout outs. Absolutely. We still do shout outs. I'm going to be monitoring the chat here in the back while we're doing all this fun stuff for Camp Tintri. But see, we're all geared up. We're ready to roll. We got our Camp Tintri gear. Mr. Scott Thomas,
not
the
quite tall enough, so I'll stand here on my tiptoes.
So for those of you who saw some of the social media that we did for this, they made me look like a Sasquatch. I was like 8 feet tall. And poor Scott over here was like 4 foot tall. And it's like, as you can see, we're not that different. So anyway, shout out to Matt Hebb and our creative team. They did an amazing job on some of the material. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So thank you. So we're saying love the shirt. Yes, absolutely. The shirts are really cool. We will take bribes. We will sign these shirts and send them to you for a fee. No, just joking. Just joking. You don't want our used clothing.
Wait, what? Exactly.
So we're gonna have so much fun today, and I'm so glad I took the trip up here. We're gonna have a great time. Good shout outs from Memphis, about 5 hours south of here in St. Louis, where I am right now. But we got a great crew here today. For those of you who have never been with us, we partner with the Grillin Fools, otherwise known as Greg and Scott Thomas. Greg is known as Dad here, and he's being blocked by Scott. Scott, you want to show Dad here real quick? Dad's got his famous glass of wine here ready to roll.
Keep up the reputation.
Keep up the reputation. Yes, exactly. We've got Miss Denise here, our esteemed sommelier.
Hi, everyone.
We've got Brad, the hand actor, over here as well. There we go.
That's perfect. Yeah, just there you go.
Brad.
There's Brad.
Yeah.
There is Brad.
So guys, so we're gonna have a great time today. Scott's got some amazing stuff that we're gonna cook up over an open flame, which is right behind me here. As you can see, we got this really cool Santa Maria style grill with an open flame. I don't want to block Denise because she's the star of the show here. So sorry. So Scott, what do we got up first here?
Okay, so we are going to start off with our fish because we want to kind of let that go for a little bit and cook a little slower. And so we're going to start off now. I sent you guys out some links. I don't know if that's been disseminated to everybody. We have 2 different recipes for a whole fish that we use on the website, that we have on the website. They're both stuffed trout, but I had a hard time finding stuffed trout, so we're just going to pretend like this branzino is trout. So it's about the same size. It's the same consistency. It's just a little different fish.
It swims.
So we're going to drop this over here. It swims, and then we've got, so the 2 different recipes. We have a shrimp with herbs and citrus stuffed trout, and we have one with chorizo and crab with citrus and herbs stuffed trout. So if you notice, the kind of building block is herbs, and then we have a bunch of citrus down here, and then just kind of go with what you have. Like we had crab and we had some sausage, so we do that. So we're gonna just show you the basics on how to do this. We also have a fish basket, or the world's worst pickleball thing. Or paddle. I don't know. That would leave an interesting mark. I'm just saying. So we're going to use this to kind of hold everything together rather than tie it off. And this is something that you might, tote along on a camping trip or to your own camp adventure. So they're about the same length as that fish. So that's going to be perfect. So we're going to start off with that. I think we might just move straight into crostinis after that because people are going to be like wanting food.
Right.
Crostini, we'll get into that a little bit more but I set the link. You can look at that. Please disregard my lack of grammar skills in Italian.
Crostini.
Because I have it's plural on the website, crostinis with an S.
I'm not changing this though because it's done.
That's exactly true. I somebody pointed it out about 8 years after I published the post, and I went, well, screw it. It's been there like 8 years. So
crostini is crostini.
Crostini, yeah, the plural of crostini is just crostini, no S. So we've been calling them crostinis. Hey y'all. That's Italian for toasted bread. All right. So we'll do that. And the crostini was kind of our signature dish, probably for a very, very long time. That was kind of our thing that we cooked at every event, and I just kind of sprung it on Dad one time, and I'll go into that when we get to that. Then we're gonna go into some picanha, which is
Pick on me?
what I pick on you. We're gonna have a picanha, which is a sirloin cap. It's sirloin. It's phenomenal. I can't believe I didn't eat this before, and you're gonna be like, whoa, and you're gonna have to go fight your butcher to find some, or they'll cut off too much fat like ours did.
Is it kind of like a New York strip, sort of?
No.
Kind of, sort of?
Cookout steaks.
So if you cut off all the fat, it becomes a cookout, which is we also have on the website if you want to go. It's COULOTTE.
Very good.
So
You know,
Why thinking?
Back in high school, I had my girlfriend used to wear culottes.
Oh, God. Wait till he gets some wine in him.
I don't know.
So anyway, so we will be doing picanha, and then we will finish up with a which is one of my kids' favorites, which is a s'mores bar.
Ooh.
And
Oh, Denise's favorite.
there'd be three things you won't see when we do the s'mores is we won't have plain marshmallows, we won't have regular graham crackers, and we won't have just milk chocolate Hershey bars. We were going to use everything but those three ingredients. So when you see it, it'll make sense, and you're going to wonder why the hell have I been doing it this way, and why haven't I been doing this way all my life? So
it's kind of like the Iron Chef, where you're not allowed to use the milk things.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, here's a bowl of kitty litter and some armadillo eggs, and and make something pretty. Yeah, I you know what? Whatever happened to cooking shows that they just cook?
That's too. It's too.
I-
boring.
It's almost like
Magazines.
I think it started with MTV. Remember when it became reality TV, our TV, instead of having music, and now food TV is just food competition TV. So, all right. So I'm going to glove up, and I'm going to start making our dish here. So with my gloves. We're going in blue because that's what was on sale at on Wish.com.
No, it just says, "Do you wanted the audio for this?" I'm like, no.
No, I haven't.
No, we don't want the audio.
Yeah, it'll,
Supposed to go snap.
All right, so we've got the grill cam going.
yeah.
We've
All
got
right.
the fish in the background here. We've got the beautiful fruit bowl.
So, everybody asked me where I get my salt. This is very nice Himalayan salt, which I don't care. It's Himalayan salt. I can make salt grinder. And I bought a Marshall for $5, and when I see them, I buy them all because you can't buy this. If you go into like a grocery store, it's $12.
Yeah.
Right, and I buy it for $5. So
That's me and Home Goods.
I buy
There you go.
Home Goods, Marshalls,
There you go.
TJ Maxx. All right, so we're gonna pick out. Let's see.
Forget your herbs.
That's
The best fishy.
what's that?
They look like they're talking to me. They want some wine, Scott.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna do any more of that. All right, so let me grab a knife and let's start slicing up some of this. And Denise has some wine. We're just gonna.
Let's make sure that people can hear me. So what goes well with trout? So trout has a little bit of body to it. So we want to make sure that we're choosing a wine that has a little bit of body itself. So today what we're enjoying, and the bottle's almost gone, is this stunning wine from the same makers of Brewer Clifton out of Santa Rita Hills. And this is an unoaked Chardonnay. And what I was reading about grilled trout is you don't want anything with oak on it, because oak barreling of wine actually adds a little bit of extra grit and body and spice to whether it's a white wine or a red wine, and it kind of counteracts with the trout. So we have a Chardonnay, which is full bodied, but if you get it unoaked and from a cooler climate, you actually get a lot of citrus in this wine. So for those of you that maybe say Chardonnay is not my friend, or maybe I don't drink a ton of white wine, I say it really depends on the type of year that you're camping.
You know, I know a lot of people drink Southern a lot, particularly in New Zealand, citrus with fish. Now, this is a good substitute for that.
Yeah, definitely. An unoaked Chardonnay is medium bodied. It's not necessarily full bodied, but also, to me, like I always think of like Chardonnay as a dinner wine. I mean, I can drink all day, don't get me wrong. What is it? 12:05 here in St.
Yes.
Louis?
If you don't start.
Don't get me wrong.
You
But,
can't drink all day if you don't start
we
early.
wanted to taste and test the wines earlier. So, but what I will say is most people are very surprised when they try a French Chardonnay or an unoaked American Chardonnay. So we're going to match the citrus that they're putting in this stuffed fish and something that can stand up to a little bit of char and weight. Now, to Dad's point, it's only 90 degrees here. Yes, we're sweating. But if it were 105 and you're doing this for lunch, you might want something lighter, like a Sauvignon Blanc, which we'll get to later when we talk about the crostinis. So, you know, when it comes to pairing to proteins, sometimes it's not just about the protein itself, it's about what you're doing to it. So light, herbal, refreshing, citrus driven. You want a wine that has some of that. So what do we think? This is light, citrus driven.
I am that guy that you were talking about that is not the white
Doesn't
wine guy.
like
This is actually really good.
Very
would admit
good.
that. It's very good.
And you know, consider again the temperature. I have my champagne bucket here. It's an 8-quart. I tried to be funny and campy.
I see what you're gonna go home.
We need enough ice, right, to keep these wines cold. You're not going to have a refrigerator at your campsite per se, depending on if you're glamping or camping.
Yeah, I wanted my campsite. Right there.
I'm assuming hitting a light simmer.
By the way, if you can look at the other camera, you can see our fridge right there.
We've got bubbles in there for later. So definitely consider that. Now, as you're going to all be getting a takeaway at the end of this of some pairings I've recommended. Some other things that can go with trout, sparkling wine. Sparkling wine, and I just got a beautiful Cava Reserva here, which is in Spanish, sparkling. Sparkling wine is your ringer. It goes with everything. So when in doubt, chill a bottle of sparkling wine. It goes great. But the key thing is this doesn't have a lot of aromatics or too much fruit. Lean, clean, easy. We'll go with something like a strong fish
Crisp.
or her big herbs. Yes. Refreshing, crisp. Another thing that can go with slightly pinkish hued fish that have a little bit of weight to them is a light, easy, unoaked Pinot Noir. So I've got one from Central Coast, California. You know what's kind of getting trendy is putting a light chill on reds, especially in the
Amen.
summertime.
Amen.
So popping this in the cooler for maybe 10 minutes just makes it a little bit more drinkable in these
55 to
weathers.
65 degrees
Correct.
on red.
Well, it's like straight out of the wine cellar.
Well,
Right.
and that's it. So most people let those then like decant for a minute or whatever, but honestly, right now, if I'm drinking red, I might want a little bit of a chill.
I do.
So that's kind of what you're thinking about with trout.
Would you go below the 55 degree a little bit?
There are some wines being made nowadays that are meant to be chillable. So on my wine list, we actually have a whole section for that where, and it can be really any grape variety, but people are starting to come to me and sell that now. They're like, this could be a great chillable red.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
I mean, I'm excited about this. Tell us more about that.
That is pretty slick.
So this is just a fish basket. You can buy them online. I think I got this on Amazon. And it's gonna, on the website, you'll see this recipe where I do the trout and I truss it together and put them in there. But this actually kind of keeps it all contained and it's not, and you can just honestly just serve this. Boom, here, take this, eat out of it. So, you know, I love when we have like a spectator, right?
I know. You guys should meet my partner in crime
That's our backup sommelier. So Denise,
in case
you can see
Denise
the booth
falls.
here. Yeah, so actually sympathy tweets and chats are welcomed. She, poor thing, broke her ankle.
And the
So she's
GoFundMe will
probably
start.
running around with a wine bottle and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
we're setting a goal for $6 million.
GoFundMe starts tomorrow.
Yay.
So, all right, we're gonna,
You want
One of
to
the
switch
things-
back to the fish cam?
Yeah, let's go back to the fish.
when you go to this, when you do this, these kind of things, like metal like this, and you put meat on it,
Yeah.
it's going to, makes it a pain in the ass to clean later because it all gets sticky. But if you spray a little spray oil on it, it'll save you. Be careful which direction. I just sprayed it over open fire, but I didn't have any actual flames. So we're gonna go ahead and lay this bad boy.
And did you scour that skin?
So I just, it's already been skinned and
Scales.
scales have been taken off and gutted, so, I just get these little, slits in here so I get some salt down in there. And then a little, salt in the middle. If you want, I can do this. I'm actually gonna give a little extra season. I got some salt, pepper, garlic right here. And I want to get that, Get that kind of down in
There
there.
you go.
Get that down. Not a lot because fish is, it's delicate. So, but I want to get it into the crack.
Denise, still.
Oh, I know, broken. We got a broken bronzy note.
All right, so
Don't forget your.
yeah, I got the herbs over here. So I'm just gonna, you guys can see this. Yeah, we're just gonna layer in some of the citrus, right? And then and you can get really creative with this and just like I love a blood orange. We didn't find any. I've got some thyme, basil, and some parsley. I'm gonna move this fish back over
Where did
here.
these come from?
They came from Dad's
Yes.
little
Raised bed herb
raised
garden.
bed. So we're
Nice.
gonna take
So
a-
wonderful.
Dad's bodega.
By the way, Lauren is asking in the chat whether or not you'll get the recipes. Yes, you'll get the
Yes.
recipes and the wine pairings. So if you want to take notes, that's great. You don't
sprig
have
of
to.
basil,
You'll get all this.
a little bit of parsley. Yeah, and this is just this is whatever you got that looks great, right? Don't go to the grocery store and be like, I've got to get this exact ingredients that we saw on the website. And like we used crab one time and some chorizo sausage and the oil from the chorizo.
Well, that
One
was
time we
great.
used it with shrimp. It just matters like what was there when we went to find. It's just what happened to be good, when we went to the grocery store. So
When they cooked that chorizo and then painted the trout inside and out with the chorizo grease and then put the
Oh my
cooked chorizo in there with crap up.
So here's our
colorful.
fish. And we're gonna
In
put
the
this
pickleball.
in our pickleball. I'm gonna put this with a wooden handle away from the fire. And I don't think I'm quite low enough there, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna drop this.
Can't quite see that.
You can go back to the other camera and then you can.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Add cameraman to
Yeah.
your resume. So we're gonna
That fire hole.
go right there. It's holding. All right, so I'm gonna drop my stinky gloves. And we're gonna start putting stuff back and we'll get some crostini going here. So the story behind the crostini. I had suffered a job eliminating event.
In tech, I guess it was.
No, it was before I was in tech. I was actually in HR.
Oh.
Yeah. What were they thinking?
Good times.
Yeah. Actually, I was in benefits. It was the
Because
most.
you have to care about people.
I know I was in benefits. I didn't. I just had spreadsheets. And I didn't like it very much, and they kind of figured that out, and I wasn't a very happy camper. And then they
I see what you did.
they were kind enough to allow me to go pursue my true passion,
Oh, there we go.
and which turned out to be IT for about 20 years, and then yeah, here we are.
You
So
should really thank those people for
Yeah.
this
So,
production
yeah.
today.
yeah, I am. I would like to give them a 1-finger salute for allowing me to pursue my. What's that?
Gotta
You don't want to get too many
There's gotta be
strikes on, whatever platform they're using. So
What's that?
you gotta be careful with that.
I haven't screwed up yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Only
Advice to you,
12-17.
don't flip off. Yeah. Yeah.
Next to the
There's a
stove.
lot of people
I
watching.
didn't
So
think
let's
about
not
the
do
word
that.
production earlier. I think when I said.
So I was watching the Food Network when it was food, and it was Wolfgang Puck had his own show, which is a while ago. I mean, I'm talking like 20 something years ago. 25. And he had a show, and he was just at the very end, and he goes, and here we are, we're gonna pull the crostini out of the oven, and crostini is just Italian for toasted bread, and he put some stuff on, and I didn't see the rest of the recipe. I don't know
You're
what.
just like,
what
I'm done.
I literally was like 3 minutes left in the show. He pulls them out of the, he did the whole, here we are preparing them, and he put them in. I didn't even see that part. He goes, and here it is, pulling them out, and he pulled them out, and it looked great. So I ad-libbed, and I made my own. And
You do a heck of a Wolfgang Puck impression too.
I interviewed him once.
Did you?
I almost did it
Oh, so
for
you
him.
have it live then.
Well, I was gonna do it for him, which is probably a bad idea.
I'm sure you would appreciate it.
So I was gonna do it live for him, and he had like this tabletop cooker, and he goes, "Oh, you're the Grillin Fools, we're the Bacon Fools, and I love what you do." And he knew who I was.
What?
And I lost my nerve. I didn't do it. So, but you know what? I don't know if it would have gone over well. Do you know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
doing the impression of somebody who, the person,
Yeah.
he could be like,
It could be this, it could be here or it could be here.
yeah,
could
he
be
could be
on-site.
like,
Or he could
Oh.
walk up.
who is this? You know,
Yeah.
Who's this fool?
yeah, who's this
He
girl?
did.
But so I didn't talk. All right. so I talked to him, I did an interview and I didn't do the thing, but, so we started doing these, I made these up, and Dad and I back in the day used to do guy night. Where we'd watch like a movie with a lot of gun battles and explosions,
Nice.
but not a lot of plot.
So Michael Bay.
And so, yeah, and we would drink like a bottle of wine and we'd do steaks bigger than your foot. And I made these crostinis and he's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
That's
Now,
nice.
can we stop saying Christines?
Denise did it.
Can we stop now?
Sorry.
I hear if you put your hand up, you'll say it correctly.
Oh, no, I don't do it. So,
I think he out, last up.
so you
Steve.
start off, can we go to the
Crostini
the
can.
front
Yeah,
can?
we're on the cam, yeah.
The crostini. So I started off and I made, you just take like an inch thick, piece of bread like this, right?
You can also cut down
Oh,
on bias too.
So-
All right.
So I made these for like a year and we did it, like we do once a month, then I do the guy night. And I said, Dad, I improved the Christine. And he goes, stop. Do not do anything with that. It's perfect the way it is. I'm like, no, let me show you. So instead of making them like this,
Hold my Chardonnay.
I just, only thing I
Wait a
did
minute.
was,
Wait, you're like diagonal slicing.
yeah. So now look at how much
Oh.
surface area there is for a 1 inch thick piece of bread.
Yes.
So,
I mean, that is like cheese bruschetta.
That's
so
excellent.
the thing is, we're feeding a big crowd here, so we're gonna go back to these because it's easy to feed a bunch of people. So if you're feeding a lot of people, just cut them just like this. If you're feeding a few people and you wanna, you can go out and buy us and have fun. So there's a couple ways of doing this.
You gonna do that shortcut thing?
Where we're gonna do a little oil. So you
Okay.
can do this, you can take oil and put it on a plate and just dunk them. But I forgot that step, and so I had Brad go grab me some oil, and this is what he grabbed. So this is what we're doing.
What's
So-
your favorite oil for the smoke point on this grill?
So just olive oils, it's fine. You don't really need to do anything else. It's not going to be crazy because the bread's been insulated. All we're doing with the oil is keeping it from burning for just a minute so it toasts better. All right, so we're gonna hit it with a little salt.
Commercial special.
Yes, we're gonna do some basil, and this is just dried. You can do this with fresh. We've done it with fresh. It's just easier. I know this is gonna look like
Yeah,
a
if you're
lot.
camping, you're cooking for a crowd usually, so you want to be easy.
Sure.
Yeah, just grab the can. Okay, now it's where it's gonna go sideways. People are gonna wrinkle their nose a lot. So
Are you?
How can you go wrong with garlic?
Are you oiling?
we gotta do the other side.
You gotta do the other side.
It is. We gotta oil the other side.
Dad's
So,
here. He's
yeah.
ready. He's lubricated.
See, I'm a garlic guy, so you can't go wrong.
Oh, my little. What am I?
Uh-oh,
Ooh, that
Uh-oh.
just turned out
that's
too
not,
bad.
wow. So the little tip on his sprayer literally fell off,
I'm keeping it kid friendly.
so might have to just dunk it now.
The jokes.
And it comes off again. That's not gonna stay.
Oh,
Okay,
keeping it kid friendly.
all right, let me.
Just get some oil in a saucer.
I think you, I
Don't
think
eat
you
the
did a good
plastic
job.
part.
You did good.
So,
We're gonna make this work. We're just using gravity at this point.
Oh, I like that.
so Paul says, can confirm olive oil is the way.
You can use. I use grapeseed oil. I use just plain vegetable oil. You can use whatever you want.
Avocado oil,
Avocado oil. But I just. So I'm gonna.
grapeseed and avocado have a higher burn point than olive oil, smoke point.
But it's not gonna matter. You're not gonna.
It's, yeah,
It's like a light toast.
Okay, the thing is, you can't have. You really gotta coat it. Because if you don't, it'll burn real quick. So okay, let's flip these back over, and then let's get the garlic on. Just like I said, this is where people are gonna freak out. a
this
little
is
bit.
where about.
So I'm gonna
The
use
amount of
about
garlic.
that much
Oh,
garlic.
no, that's, hey,
Wait a
Hold
minute,
on.
wait a
That's
minute.
You see that?
That is not garlic.
Garlic.
That's jar.
Oh, jarlic.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that on one of these. Okay? I know this, you guys are thinking that's crazy.
My heartburn thinks that's crazy. It's angry just watching it.
Okay, I know, but you'll understand in a minute.
I hear that drinking more wine actually
Counters the garlic, especially if it's garlic. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this spoon and I'm gonna kind of press it
oh,
into
yeah, there you go.
the bread.
Mashed
Okay.
garlic.
That
And it's
was
just
amazing.
because, again, this step will make sense and why we're using so much garlic in just a minute too. don't know if you guys hear that, but the fish is starting to bubble, sizzle. All right. So this is the start of our tongs. This is the start of our crostini. I might have to flip this over and see what this looks like. Ooh, look at this.
Ooh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Just starting to hear it. So, but I'm going to drop this down a little bit for the crostini. And so we're going to push that a little bit farther away so that I don't burn my fish while we're making these crostini.
Kind of want it hot, don't you?
Expediting.
Now, can you do this on any kind of grill?
Yeah, I do this on gas grill. I do this on charcoal grill. Right. Fridge to the right, down low. Find a domed lid. Just looking at it, we're going to need melted cheese in the fridge. No, next. Look to the fridge to the right of the fridge, down low. All right, so we're going to take these, and we're going to start them off. We're going to toast them on the bottom. Can you see that?
Yes.
So I'm going right over the hot coals. I don't recommend doing more than 5 or 6 of these at a time. I also don't recommend going to the restroom, refilling your cocktail, checking on the dog, checking the latest scores on your phone. I just don't recommend it because this will not take long. We're going to have to play a little bit with it depending on the heat here. We're going to really drop it down.
Going for it.
So once you get below that level down, you're getting down to Hades level.
So, and I'm gonna keep. I know it's gonna look like I'm a little obsessed, but that's bubbling on the bottom already.
Right, grill plate has to be hot.
Yeah. So we're gonna just. You cannot let these just set and forget. Also, like if you're on the grill and you put the cheese on and you melt it and you're like, I'll start the other ones. It'll also can overcook them really quickly. One tip, don't do hard-sided bread. Make sure it's soft-sided. Because if it's hard-sided, it goes from hard-sided to rock-sided when you toast it. It's just not, it's not pleasant.
These were called mini loaves.
Yeah, these are sweet mini loaves or whatever they are.
They're not French bread or anything like that.
French bread will work. My favorite is sourdough. So that's my favorite for these. And you can actually see it's already starting to toast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and how long did that bit? How long have they been on there?
Oh, 2 minutes of that.
Yeah, this one's toasting up nicely again. Let's see if we can get them. And you notice that every time I put them back on, I rotate them because they tend to cook kind of on one side, especially when you're working with open fire. You never know where your hot spots are. So,
Starting to get some marks.
it really doesn't take long. So, and then we're going to get to the why we add so much garlic and why we jam it into that. That's the next step. So stay tuned. You smell it now?
I can't.
You can now. It's going to get free.
My smell envy is being satiated.
Do you
Okay,
want
so
to know
here's
what
that.
I would pair with this?
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yes.
Hold on. Watch out.
Oh,
Here we go. This is
right.
why
Oh,
we put so much on.
because we're gonna give some to the grill gods. down
We are
there.
going to, yeah. You ever heard of Angel's Envy?
The angel share.
Angel share. This is Angel's garlic share. This is
Oh, it's smelling good
Your
now.
grill is so seasoned.
now it's gonna smell really good. Yeah. So the reason that we pushed it in and got is because you're just gonna give a bunch back. Now on the bottom you can toast the whole thing. On the tops, now the bottom.
Garlic
Because
side.
of all that stuff in the middle, it's just gonna toast around the edge. Which is what's awesome about this is that middle's gonna be soft, no matter what, almost no matter what you do, and the outside will be crunchy, and then it'll be phenomenal. But
You're on your cheese that's gonna go on last, right?
yeah,
Is it a good idea to temper that
you can.
rather than leave it ice cold like we did?
Our other option is sitting it outside in 86 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Tempering the
Depends
cheese,
on the time of the year.
it depends on how quick you want it to melt.
let's talk about cheese.
No lack
Oh,
of cheese.
wow.
Let's talk about cheese. So when I started doing this, I did this with grated Asiago. And then we progressed to Romano and, Parmesan Reggiano, that kind of stuff. Any hard cheese grated, right? I think the Asiago was the cheapest of the bunch, which is when I sort of.
It's different flavor.
Remember, I was unemployed, right? So, and my wife actually, suggested at one point, 'cause she loves dill. She wanted dill Havarti on it. And so I made it with, instead of basil, I made it with dill and dill Havarti. And they're great. The problem is that about a third of the people just don't like them. So we would always make about a third, of those and 2/3 the other, and make sure if you like the dill, go for these. But Havarti just smells really well on these, and it's really nice. And so we've got some of this. We have this Asiago, and then we've got some Havarti. And you cut your block, and you're going to do 2 of these, and you're just going to put 2 on top of like that, and that's enough. So 2 slices per. All right.
So not a lot of cheese.
Now we gotta check.
Okay. See.
I'd like some crostini with my cheese, please.
See, we have it's toasted around the edge. That's it. Those are done.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna put these right here. We're gonna go off the edge of the fire.
It's almost like you're a professional.
Almost like I've been doing this for 25 or 30 years. Yeah, this one can use a little more.
Notice the garlic left.
Yeah, the heat of the fire is farther that way.
The garlic flame aroma is amazing.
Right, yeah. This is where you'd be like.
That's
"Ooh,
why I
wish
got on a
was
flame,
there."
kids. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 of these. Right there on these 2, and we're gonna go.
You know, I'm celiac and I can't eat this. And so we smell it.
Okay. Do you react by smelling it as well, or just?
No,
Okay.
I put my face in it.
Oh,
All right,
perfect.
so how do you melt cheese on a open air grill like this? And the answer is, what are we on here? The answer is a cloche or a melting lid. What you do is you put this over so that some of the heat is going up over here, but the stuff's off of it, so it goes up and it melts. over
That
top.
Like convection.
Chances are, if you're camping, you don't have that rascal with you, so you can just get one of them aluminum tin foil or
Yeah, you can
foil
put foil
half
right
pans.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Half pans and turn it upside down and it does the job too.
Yeah, okay, so
It
we're
just
gonna-
doesn't have a handle on
You
it.
could take your champagne bucket. No.
Yeah.
you could take a helmet.
So some Asiago, some Havarti.
A couple of them are hot, so I got a couple of them are already, so we're just gonna let that melt. Add this one here so that it gets. Let that go. We're gonna slide our fish kind of back over a little bit.
There she
Did
goes.
you hear that?
Oh,
Not just.
So a
like
little
okay.
browning, toasted, middle's gonna be soft and pillowy.
good one.
You're gonna make it, oh, he's
He's gonna
like,
be
I am
"Bring it
here just for the video bombing. I'm not even here for the food. I think that's what we need to do, like, from now on, just have him like in a weird
Yeah.
spot, like.
Well, that,
Where is Eric
that
today?
used to be Brad's, and now Brad's graduated now.
It's a hand model.
Yeah.
And pump it.
Hand puppet. That's 2 glasses in, Dad. Now the hand puppet's here.
I'm a little far from the grill today, so you're probably gonna see me today.
Brad's gonna make a dive over the top to get to that. All right, and so we're gonna go ahead. We can toast up these other ones if we wanted to. Although I don't think the oil's a little.
Suspect.
You know what?
But here's improvisation.
There you go.
Is that a butter spray? What do we have there?
Hand coating hairstyle oil. I don't know what.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, honestly, when you're camping, you're kind of using what you have anyway. So I think that improv has to be part of the recipe.
But always doing that, what pairs with crostini?
Yeah, let's get in there.
So from what the internet tells this gluten-free sommelier, especially with the herbs, we want to do something that has a little bit of a green note. So there are certain wine grapes that have something called pyrazines. It's our science word for the day. And I always tell my students, pyrazine rhymes with green. So now you're never gonna forget it.
Kerosene on the
I
scene.
had to text you twice about Scarpetta, so I will forget it. I did. I texted her from a restaurant. I was like, "What is that word?" I'm not kidding. She texted me right back. I was like, "Thank God," because I'm sounding like an idiot over here telling these people about this word.
So Sauvignon Blanc is our key grape that has sometimes like bell pepper or herbaceousness. You might even say grassiness, like we were talking about New Zealand Sauv Blancs. Oh, I'm a real fan of French Sauvignon Blancs for something like this. A French Sauvignon Blanc is halfway between New Zealand and California. It's a little leaner, lower alcohol, easy, refreshing.
Awesome.
So Dad earlier was talking about white Bordeaux. That is a Sauvignon Blanc blend. And that's actually what we're having today. So on your sheet, you're going to see this guy's little. He's an inexpensive friend. And honestly, screw cap, camp friendly. See what I did there? And I want you guys to consider that Sauvignon Blanc is also excellent for pairing with Havarti. So I looked at the herbs that Scott was using, and I considered the cheese, especially if you're like Mrs. Thomas and you wanted dill. This would be excellent with that. I also
Let's go back to the
recommended.
grill cam real quick,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. Let's just see the crostinis live there.
Well, I'm gonna bring one.
There
out
it is.
because
Okay, we're back to the grill cam.
It is.
Keep chatting.
Yeah,
You
keep
can also do a I brought an extra bottle of oh no, Chardonnay. The one that we had earlier would also go very well with this. So Havarti's kind of a rich cheese. Clearly, this is a rich recipe.
Who would like the I got a party or the
Oh my
Asiago?
gosh.
Dad, you go.
You just
Havarti,
shut
I
that
don't know,
in.
the first one.
You no, you're first. You
You're our special guest.
you want Havarti or you want
Oh my
Asiago?
This is
Yeah.
perfect.
I'm so
Take that.
jealous right
That's it.
now.
All right.
Be careful.
Havarti or
A little hot.
Asiago?
You could refill your
What?
cup.
Havarti?
Come on up.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Is it hot?
Yeah, this is perfect because
It's
you're
not too hot at all. It's perfect.
Get more.
they can be a little warm when you first
It's not bad at all. Perfect.
try it.
Oh
All
my
right.
goodness, that is great.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm a
Let me
garlic
smell
fan,
it.
so for me, the more garlic, the better.
All right,
Sounds so
Dad. You want Havarti or you want Asiago?
I don't care.
What do you want, Brad?
I'm gonna go Havarti.
You want? All right, Dad. You just lost out on your Havarti.
I think I would do Havarti. I want that. I smell it. You know.
Creamy.
I yeah.
Just breathe it in.
You know, and the harder cheeses are not gonna melt the same as those softer cheeses, so,
Yeah.
all right. But I don't know,
Got
that's
one
pretty.
left.
Now squish it. Does it squish? That's the test. Is it squishy in the
Squishy, Brad.
middle? Oh yeah.
Bread.
Is it soft in the middle? You guys have had a couple
Oh,
bites.
yeah.
It's also
It's
soft
amazing.
and hot.
Squishy in the middle.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make these other three up.
So Garth says, are we doing a toast to toast?
Oh.
I like that.
Cheers.
Oh, okay, hold on. Are we back?
Yeah,
Stay,
yeah,
stay
I
on
like it.
here.
It's ever.
Stay on here.
Cheers. Toast to
That's what I
toast.
do.
Look at
Oh
this.
my gosh.
It's the comment.
We're not quite there yet on this side, but I'm gonna go ahead and flip. And I'm gonna raise this. Okay, and I'm gonna brush. The other thing is, in between crostini cooks, you want to give a little brush because that garlic that sticks to that will turn black. It's okay to brown your garlic a little bit, but you don't want the black stuff on there on round
The
two.
aromas here are
Oh.
legit right now.
Is this thing killer or what, Steve?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
And you know, as a crostini professional, no, normally in a restaurant, you would see them cut half the size, but that's just to toast the bread because you're putting something else on it. So what I like about the size of this one is it's the star. You're
You could
not
have this with
putting,
salad, you
yeah,
gotta
you're
do
not putting some, a different dip on it. This is the star. Look at that,
Push that in there. Let's get it with that basil.
That'd be good taste.
making the cheese pocket.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah. See, I'm satiating my envy today. This is wonderful.
Probably be the best thing to eat.
I know.
Especially since they overcooked those beef ribs the last time you were here. So true
Well,
story.
Pepper got those, right?
I think she did get
Yeah.
a couple of those. Yeah, I think that was
We had a Pepper appearance that was
she's here.
unplanned.
There's Pepper.
I know, Pepper heard her name.
She heard
Pepper,
me and
Pepper
she's
don't
like,
switch to
where?
the Y cam.
What
We
she
got a
was
pepper
like,
shot
I'll
here.
have Havarti.
See here.
There we
Pepper,
go.
Pepper. Let's see
Pepper,
here.
come up a little bit.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's see if I can aim down at Pepper real quick.
There-
Pepper.
there she is.
And she's got her fire collar on, if you didn't notice that.
Like, hi, Grandpa.
Again, you can see the hidden, like the trash can right here. you know.
It's kind of strong.
All right.
Interesting.
My fancy boot.
Yes.
And the fancy boot, yeah. And you guys don't necessarily, you always see, we're always over here facing out towards the woods. And so you don't see like the tin roof up here and the fans and the lighting and all that. So this is the setup for,
This is Camp Tintri.
and now, and from that camera, you can see the kitchen on this side, the new, so we have lots and lots of room. All right, guys, I have one more in case anybody's still hungry. So what happens if you eat this?
I would be leaving. No big deal.
We don't want like going straight to the
I
emergency.
would be done.
Are we talking like anaphylactic or?
I would just be a very unhappy sommelier.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that.
Yeah.
What
We
that
don't want that.
because there's a whole lot of people nowadays
Yeah.
who are like, I can't do celiac, and then you're like, you find out they're really just doing it because they don't want to.
No, this is not a low carb.
I
diet.
know. It's like there's so many people out there, and I'm like, so I don't really know.
But I am gonna eat that entire fish myself.
Okay, well
Nice.
that's fine. I got
Nice.
3 more here. You can try the.
Here we go.
Try the Asiago.
Yeah, the Asiago one. Okay. This shouldn't take very long. Oh, look at this.
There you go.
60 seconds, maybe.
Let's go back to the grill cam real quick.
Grill cam.
Stop watching me eat, which is awesome, by the way, but no grill cam yet.
Somebody went to tinkle.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody?
Out to lunch. Out to
Hello,
lunch. I just
anybody?
show it to that camera. Just real
All
quick.
right, so we'll go over here and try not to drop it on my
There you
on my laptop. There we go. All right, so we're gonna flip that. Loose some garlic. Angel
Oh,
share.
even
That's what it
prettier.
was.
So we got some people talking about what they're drinking. We're drinking
Oh.
some lovely whites.
Wow,
Founder
awesome.
all day IPA.
Oh, that's
The choice.
one of the great ones. A session beer. That means you can have 5.
I like it.
Really?
I like it.
Something that's meant to be drank all day. That's why it's a
Or-
good name.
Or Ian's Brewdog IPA, which is gluten free.
Oh,
Boom.
thanks. Oh.
So Founders IPA, what's the ABV on that?
Well, Founders has a range. The all day one is less. So if you
Right.
see something meant to be a session beer, that means I'm chilling. We're having a 6-pack each.
Nice.
The point is to imbibe a lower percentage. It's just like someone that drinks Busch all day, but this is a craft brewery. So
It actually tastes like beer.
sure,
Nothing against
you know,
Busch.
we're in St. Louis, so we
Right.
gotta give that love.
Right.
But it's a session beer is kind of like having this Sauvignon Blanc. This is less alcohol than other wines, and the point is that I can have 3 glasses and not fall off this chair and re-break my leg.
Right.
We don't want
I'll
that.
get the other ones.
When I
Yeah.
drank, that's what I hated. There was 2 big trends of beer, and it was one, so much hops. Just why don't you suck on a stick, or
Exactly.
or it's 9%. So I'm like, well, after 2 beers, I'm falling off my chair,
Right.
and now I got to go home. You know what I mean? Like what? I always like that. It was so I go to this place like we got 200 beers. We got 200 beers here, and then I start counting them on. I'm like, how many don't have have an IBV of less than like 20,
5, 6,
25, yeah, and then I'm sorry, not IBU of less than 25,
yeah.
and an ABV less than like 5, and it's like, so you have 4 beers I can drink. That's
Right.
Yes.
And honestly, times are changing, and which I love. So some of the things that we talk about now in the beverage industry are things that are like potable. They're easy drinking. They're, if you're camping all day, I'm probably drinking at noon and I'm drinking at dinner.
I've noticed that a couple beers like Modelo and Pacifico are like 4.5 or a lower ABV.
Exactly.
And,
So the term is session. Is that the term?
Sessionable.
Okay.
sesh.
Drink a lot.
A drinking session.
Look, are you excited? We're going to red.
Yes.
You can
Very.
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 Because it's steak time.
Well, not
No.
quite. We're gonna put these you guys
Santa.
you guys have to give your little spiel.
Oh,
We're gonna do these last Christini, and then
you got it.
and we're going to
Yeah, just as a teaser. So this is what's coming up next. Looks
And we're just gonna
amazing.
make sure this wine tastes ready.
So just real quick, I'll just take a quick break here. All these guys are going to the next thing. So Camp Tintri is a lot of fun. If you guys go to tintri.com/camp, there's a lot of really fun activities to help you learn about the Tintri technology. Thank you for the link in the chat there. Appreciate that, Mr. Producer Guy. So it's a really fun way to get to know Tintri technologies. So for those of you who don't know what Tintri is, we're a data storage platform specifically for virtualized environments. So for those of you who run VMware, I know this might be a dirty word right now, VMware, Hyper-V, other types of applications that are virtualized. SQL Server, for example, you can virtualize that on our platform as well. So all kinds of really cool stuff. You can learn about that using our great little tool at Camp Tintri. So you go through all the different stations at the camp, learn about what we do. We just did a geek out last week, which was also themed Camp Tintri as well. So go check that out. Highly recommend it. We got some fun games and stuff that we're playing as well. You can do some social media badging, some fun stuff if you're into that kind of thing to get some extra entries into it. So totally fun. I did want to mention also that for signing up for this event, you also are registered to win a Pit Boss pellet grill. I don't think we have one of those here, but we can send out the link to yeah. So Denise, you aren't eligible, unfortunately. Broken ankle and all. Sorry. So it's a really nice pellet grill. So just check your email after this event's over. We'll let you know if you won that as well. So other than that, let's thank you, Marcus. The shirts are nice. Yes, I agree. So again, big shout out to our marketing team. They did a amazing job. Even though I'm as tall as Sasquatch and some of the stuff, which I can't quite get over. It's kind of weird, frankly, but Scott is actually not that short. So in real life. So we kind of had fun with that before the broadcast today.
If you were in the Scouts, ready?
I was an Indian guy.
I don't know
Does that
what
count?
you're talking about.
Yeah. So
I flunked Cub Scouts.
you flunk Cub Scouts?
Yeah,
How do you flunk Cub Scouts?
well,
How does that
my scout leader was a gal. So,
Oh,
Oh my God, you just made me so excited.
In
The
the fif-
candy
in the
tray.
in the 50s.
in the 50s.
Was that a thing? Wow.
I should have brought gluten.
Okay.
Next door neighbor, yeah.
Okay.
We crucified
Is it-
Liz a little bit.
All right. So commercial over. So we're back to the fun. Oh
That's
my gosh. Look
He
at that.
walked away.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know,
look what
yeah,
happened.
he
I
did.
walked away
Walked away and hit.
and to grab some stuff, and this one's a little crispy.
That looks good though.
It actually
I'll be
probably
honest.
is fine.
yeah, he put that cheese on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the needle cover it up.
I'm gonna hide that cheese. That
Char. I'm a fan of char.
How much?
I brought some char savvy wines today.
I'm just looking forward to the reds. So now that we're getting into the red wine part, this is my favorite part of the show.
Vardy. Did everybody like the Vardy?
And by the way, we typically go over on these shows. So if you can't stay with us after the top of the hour, feel free. But some of the fun stuff happens after the top of the hour. We call it overtime. So stick around for that. Things might go sideways. They often do. So stick around for that extra time, half hour, 40 minutes, whatever it is. Stick with us for that because that tends to be a lot of fun. And I think that's what we're going to do the s'mores more than likely. So if you want to see some of these really cool s'mores recipes that he's got coming, stick around for that. All right. So he's feeding Denise right now. How's that?
Cheese.
Oh, you can eat the cheese?
Yeah.
You're all good? Okay, perfect.
Hey, I want to put a beer in.
Perfect.
Well, I'm gonna pour one of these in here.
I thought I'd test it out, see how.
I thought they were wine glass.
We're getting a lot of compliments on the shirts, so thank you for that.
Yay.
Paul says, I think I'm gonna make some pulled pork tonight. I'm inspired. Well, that's what we're here to do. We're here to
Right.
inspire you.
Yeah,
100%.
here's for your
You're gonna make it tonight, better start now.
And Neil also asked, what state are we in? We're in a state of bliss, right? No, we're in,
Bliss and Missouri.
we're just outside St. Louis, Missouri. So if you look at Grillin Fool's website, which I think is in the chat, you can learn about Greg and Scott and what they're all about, how crazy they are. I mean, how nice they are.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. And they are a little crazy. We have to be a little crazy.
it's meat time.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Where's our skewer?
what?
It's right there. Okay.
That just looks like a big old blob of something. Can you really show them what it is?
Backwards now, we're ready.
All right, I'm gonna-
Dad needs some more wine.
So
Oh my goodness, he just told me.
this glove was just used to rub the oil in on the crostinis, so I wasn't cross-contaminating anything. But I'm about to cross-contaminate. I want to keep from cross-contaminating by getting the gloves on. We're gonna show you what this is. I'm gonna need some paper towels because it's
That's
sweating a
what
little bit.
I've been for.
That
The
just
only way I can live later. But
We're at the spit bucket.
It is 12:30, so.
We have the world's largest spit bucket here.
All right, I do have a creek back there.
Now, can you show them that there's really meat under there?
So
The
this,
wine cream.
all right, well, you wanna go back?
Yeah, let's go back here.
Let's go here.
Yep.
Okay, so
Ooh, look at that fat cat.
Wow.
this is actually a very small fat cap, and anybody from, well, Latin descent is probably laughing at me right now. But this is what happens in the Midwest. We're lucky to get this fat cap. Most of the time, they cut it and they just trim all this off and it makes it into a culotte steak. Which are amazing. There's a post on the website about culotte and it's phenomenal. But this is just the primal sirloin cut, it's the top of it, and they cut it off, and it doesn't really quite fit. It's a weird shape, and some people figured out, hey, we can make some. We can just cut this in steaks, and while it's a sirloin steak, it is phenomenal. So we're going to carve that into steaks and season it up, skewer it like traditionally, and then cook it. So I'm gonna move this over here. In the meantime, I'm going to check my fish. We're gonna raise this up just a little bit. Our crostini should be melted. Yeah. Oh, on the wrong way. All right, I'm gonna get that fish up a little higher. I need to brush off the garlics that I sent to the fire gods.
Let's do a fish check on the camera.
All right, so this is our good side. This is still starting to brown. Oh, look, we're dripping.
Little juice.
So
All right.
Fish juice.
So we're gonna put this more over the fire. We just kind of had the head over earlier. You hear it? All right. Now, anybody? We have a couple extra crostinis right here. Crostini.
Crostini.
You know what? I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm gonna keep.
Crostini.
Thank you. Crostini.
Scarpetta.
Perfetta. Sorry.
And this is why
For those of you-
Europeans hate us.
For those of you who've seen the show before, we went about 40 minutes on spatchcock?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
long
that was a fun show.
Yeah.
For sure.
Duck and.
Turducken. Sploosh.
You have to
Spent
think
some time
about
on
it.
sploosh.
Yeah, this is sploosh of wine.
Through the entomology of cooking.
It's not a glass. Sploosh.
All right, so we're gonna put that one there. If anybody wants one of these, and all right, so
So Neil had a great idea. Said every time somebody says steamy,
Oh,
you have to take a drink.
it's a drinking game.
That's a drinking game.
see,
I love it. That's a
see
great idea.
the inherent problem with that is that the guy that screws that up most of the time doesn't drink.
Ah,
So
okay.
I
You have
believe,
to eat the garlic.
I think what needs to happen is that whoever, if I say it, then everybody else has to
I like
drink.
it.
So anybody want any of these crostinis?
Oh. Whee! I mean, if I must.
We're starting to wonder if Denise actually has is on some pain medication too on top of that.
My ankle is broken.
Yes.
Actually, I have 7 new screws. I'm a bionic woman.
Wow.
Mhm.
Is one loose?
Hey.
Only when I drive here.
All right. So we're gonna go. We're gonna cut these into steaks.
Consider it
So
gone.
Alex says that looks
How about
yummy.
you,
I could not
Brady?
agree more. And you should smell it. Let me tell you, it smells amazing.
All right, so I'm just gonna slice off this little bit of end here to make it kind of even. Don't worry, I will not let this go to waste. I'm just gonna cut that. I'm gonna grab I got a little bit of,
So Ben is asking, is the meat from wild porks? I have no idea what wild porks is.
No. That actually came from a local supermarket.
Local supermarket.
I
Okay.
went there and I saw that they sold Cookout steaks. And I said, hey, do you have the original deal in the back that I could get
On
hold of?
trim, right?
Make
Yeah,
it
I'm trying
fatty.
with the fat cap on and all that. And guy disappeared in the back, came out a couple minutes later and said, here you are, son.
Wow.
like I said,
Cause that's not a readily available cut.
in the Midwest.
Oh, that's good to know. So maybe if you're gonna try to make this recipe, go in advance.
Yeah, but it is still worth it. Oh my God.
So is wild porks like a meat?
Hand.
Yeah,
There's the hand model. He's grabbing a crostini.
They are.
He's grabbing a crostini's.
Hi.
Hey!
And we've got red wine for our red wine drinkers.
All right, we're gonna let that hit right there.
I think it's a purveyor, wild pork.
I also have right here, Dad made this up this morning, is a little compound butter with chives and garlic.
Chives and garlic out of
I
my
mean,
raised
I don't
bed.
eat bread. I just eat butter.
So-
It's fine.
This is great. You can make this up a week, a month, 2 months, throw it in the freezer and reserve this and then throw it in your cooler before you go camping. And this little thing right here is great in order to really take up, because you just take a little slice of this, put it right over the top of your steak whenever it's done. And it's and it really, really picks up the flavor for not a lot of work, not a lot of space in your cooler.
Yeah, it looks like a tablespoon of that minced garlic and I chopped up some fresh
Right.
chives, mixed it with some salt and butter, rolled it into a tube.
I'm
Sort
gonna
of.
keep this way so that we can see the steak.
The other trick to keep that rolled butter is sort of in a cylindrical shape, which I didn't do a great job on. is to, I've got these little dishes that hold ears of corn.
Okay.
And they're
Oh,
curved.
smart.
Yeah.
If you put it in the chill after you
Okay.
make it, it'll help keep it shaped a little more round, a little more semi.
Ooh, look at those.
So this is a
Wow.
medallion.
Oh my
All right, this is
God.
actually more fat than I thought in the middle here. And you skewer them like a C. Like this with the fat around the outside. Okay. Make sure it's so, and you can take this off. Where this is popular in South America, Latin countries, they leave, it's usually twice as thick. And they love it, and they crisp up the outside of it, so it's got a crunch to it, and it's the best part. And yeah,
So it's steak pork belly.
it's,
Why-
it's
why
not
only in
steak
South
pork
America?
belly. It's not. It's a it's literally sirloin steak, which is not the most expensive cut, but it's just it's so good.
So it's just a style thing in South America, or is there a reason why they do it that way down
I
there?
it's one of those things. It's not the higher end cuts.
Okay.
It's what happens where a lot of grilling and barbecue comes from is from you know the rich people ate high on the hog. That's the reason we call it high on the hog, is that they ate the top pieces on the animal along the shoulders, along the backbone are the most tender because they're the least used.
Tenderloin.
And so yeah, your tenderloins run along the back, top of the back. And they will I couldn't even want to go plates. So so they would, the rich would take that, and the poor were kind of left with, you know, figure it out, and they were
Oh, that just happened. So we have demo gremlins on some of our cookouts. That was a grill gremlin. That was amazing.
Actually, that's another method of
I'm gonna
cooking.
need a give me a minute, okay, guys. Where's that wine?
I don't know that we have enough wine.
No,
Oh, my goodness. That just happened.
That's
That's gonna be a little ashy.
My heart
Grab
just
that out of
fell through to my stomach.
All right, we have plenty of steak here.
It's extra charred.
So, no, that's extra gritty because there's no actual hot coals right there. So what we're gonna do here, we're going to, all I've got is an all-purpose, this is kind of a salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. And then we're just gonna.
So Neil says you have to drink for doing that.
I just did.
Oh,
All right, so we're gonna get that in there.
that looks like you put it on pretty heavy,
It
but
looks
it's
so
pretty,
good.
pretty.
This is
fine.
a very fine rub, so it melts into the meat pretty quickly. So it's, looks like I'm putting it on really thick, but it just kind of melts in. So
So Todd says, don't fear the seasoning. I don't fear the seasoning. Seasoning is not.
I've
something
heard
to
that
fear.
song, isn't it?
Don't fear the seasoning.
That's an oldie.
If it's like Carolina Reaper, maybe.
right.
Don't fear the reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Let me check this fish too, because it is sizzling.
I can hear it.
All right, so I'm doing this other edge here to make sure I got it all.
So
Let's-
You season the fat tap as well?
Let's, I almost didn't.
Okay, so you do.
And that would be
Okay.
a
Wrong.
flipping crime. All right, so
There you go. Wow. Don't fear it. Okay, there we go.
well, it's not fast. All right, so let's check our fish.
Fishy.
Okay, so this is the non-cooked side. It wasn't been cooked as much, and it's cooking up
Wow.
nicely right there.
So,
I need a thermopen, Dad.
yes, you do. Where is it? Over here. Right here.
I have one right here. All right.
So what temperature are you looking to achieve?
About 145. Okay, 125,
25, yeah.
126. All right, we're
It's kind of like a PBT
it's
test.
just on pace. We're doing great.
Pull it at 135 and carry over.
Oh, yeah.
Work here better.
All right, so I'm going
Oh,
to,
those are
Hey, careful.
skewered.
Oh,
I
careful.
was not prepared for that.
we want to go to the main.
Yeah, let's go to the main camera here to kind of see what he's
But
doing.
are
This
we
is-
gonna have a?
This is a little
sword?
intimidating, actually.
Like, or.
This is, Zorro is here.
Yes, dual wielding.
Now, these look like they're badass, but they're not even really that, you know, they're a little pointy. But they're not, I mean, they're not sharp on the edges because they would fall off. So a trick with these and also with anything is to kind of, I like to do them double so that they don't, when we flip, the meat doesn't slide or spin. It's better with these because it's got a flat edge as opposed to like a little skinny skewer. Definitely if you don't like the sticks, you know, soak them in water and do that. But these with it being flat are better, but these are kind of bigger cuts of meat. So rather than like, you know, a little chunk of chicken and then a little piece of onion and a little, you know, piece of pepper and another chunk of chicken. That stuff will spin around really easy. This will a little bit bigger. So we're gonna go ahead and roll them into.
Do you need a hand model?
Well, this is Camp Tintri, so there are other people at other campsites. Over here. We don't know what they're doing.
Okay,
They can get the
We had a
toys.
dog that liked to smell the meat you were making
Yeah,
earlier.
we need a hand.
So
Nah, I think I got this.
A hand model.
You know what? Let me do this.
I mean, I think it's more entertaining to simply watch them do this.
Okay, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna
Oh, there we go.
right here.
okay. Straight through without puncturing yourself.
Without puncturing my finger on the side. Go, there's one.
Why did I think we wouldn't have 3-foot metal sword skewers? I was like, cute.
You know what's crazy? That's I got 2 different varieties of these.
He's got, yeah, he's got.
I got ones without the handle.
I
I mean, because you know you gotta have
silly
options.
me, silly me.
Put like 6 sausages on it.
I left my swords at home.
Oh, my God.
Well,
No, these are amazing. This is honestly, this is very legit South America.
Argentinian,
Yeah.
Argentinian.
Okay.
oh, we didn't even talk about
Brazil.
lighting the fire.
Oh,
The different tools we have.
we may have. to
Oh,
write
yeah.
it.
If we have time to show that, we'll do that during overtime. That'll be fun.
All right, so we're gonna get.
Yeah.
They're
I came out of that with a little low.
Yeah,
You know what? I might pull that back then. And go back in there and a little higher. There we go.
There we go.
Skewer it once, skewer it again.
Fish
All right.
is-
The fish is smoking.
Yeah, fish smells amazing.
Mm.
Now let's check that.
I wish you guys could do the smell test with us here.
Yeah, here we go.
Look at that. That's pretty. Wow. We're gonna go back over to the side there. And we're very close on that.
Yeah.
So Todd and Marcus are into rosemary as a seasoning.
Okay.
I grow that too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and then you smoke.
I actually have a variety that one of the local plant places here called
Okay,
barbecue.
we're just gonna go with 2 of these. Last
Called
one's kind of
barbecue
smaller.
rosemary.
Barbecue rosemary.
And I said, well, why do you call it barbecue rosemary? Because this plant is grown with a sturdier stem, so you can actually use it like a skewer.
Oh.
So my plan was to do that and like a kebab, only with the rosemary stems with some lamb or some beef.
Oh, wow.
And maybe some mini onions. Okay, that's a thought process. It's not any fire, but there is an actual thing called barbecue rosemary.
Okay.
Between 2 regular roasts.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So I'm gonna clear some stuff out of the way real fast because I'm gonna have some options here. So we season this thing literally on the outside, but you might want to. There's a hot thing right now. It's a finishing salt.
Mm, yeah,
So Dad brought over this stuff.
the flakes make the
What-
difference.
Your thumb is under there. What does it say? Norder.
Norder
salt.
but it's boring. All right. So
That's what I had.
here's some
Hand model.
Hand model coming.
Oh, thank you.
I want to show you.
Don't touch me.
Just jumped
Put
forward.
on your cherry on
Show
it.
you one. Little
Oh, wow.
capstone
Like
to like
flakes.
it looks like the top of a pyramid.
No, it's not.
So this is just, get rid of that one. And this is just plain crystal flakes. Here is a smoked salt.
Ooh, that one looks
Okay.
good.
Here is a rosemary.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, and then I've got,
Oh,
it's a buddy of mine, Cooper's Provisions. And this is a garlic, this is my favorite. Put gloves on. Smell that.
Ooh, oh, wow. That has like
Wow.
8 layers of flavor.
Yeah, so this is some garlic, garlicky, it says, and then he's got a bacon.
Ooh.
So we have, get creative, if you season at the end, you're gonna hear, people are gonna bitch about it. But about half the world seasons at the end, right? We just don't.
Okay.
And you know the difference between seasoning beginning and seasoning the end?
Not much.
No, I've done both, and I've done the whole seasoning an hour ahead of time, the dry brine, seasoning right before and then seasoning at the end. I did all three of them side by side. I'm like,
I think seasoning at the end gets the juices going a little bit better than the others.
Well, also, I think one of the first few bites, you get this like fleck of something,
Yeah.
salinity driven.
Yeah, exactly.
And also that makes you want to drink more. Hey.
Salt makes you drink more.
I put salt in my crostinis.
Mm.
Hey!
Good thing I
Oh,
was-
God.
Little salt in those crostinis. All right.
Quit rubbing it.
All right. So do we want to, let's see, we're running out of coals here.
Yeah.
Our fish is close. If I can just do this, I can keep these fish going.
So Todd had a one-word reaction to what you just did there with
What's
the
that?
seasoning. He said, yes.
There we go.
I love it.
So we're gonna take this. I just did two. My skewer started splitting.
Going askew.
Yeah, my skewer started splitting. Yeah. I give all full credit to sommelier in that one and wordsmith. on the old list.
Yes.
So the other ones are smaller, so I'm just doing these two fat ones, and we're gonna drop those right there.
I mean, if that pound and a half of meat isn't enough for us for lunch.
I don't know. So Todd just asked, what is gained by the skewers as opposed to just sitting them on the grill individually?
Because you can carve them and do the thing when they carve off at your table, like
Like a Brazilian.
Like an actually gonna get.
yeah, yeah,
You.
like a what? What did you say? That what did you call it? A what?
Well, my best friend in California was Brazilian.
Yeah.
So he taught me all these crazy.
How's it
Brazilian words.
pronounced?
That's actually the only one that I can say that's not a swear word.
That word is on my wine
She's gonna
document.
eat.
And I
She's
italicized it.
Yeah.
She's gonna get.
I italicized
gonna
it
eat.
so you knew you're not the only one.
It looks cooler.
And the drink that they make is called a caipirinha.
Yes.
It means cowboy in Portuguese.
And every bartender secretly hates it when you order one outside of Brazil because they never
They have
have
to
enough
mash it.
lines ready.
Yeah. Well, you have to do the
We'll take
mash.
this off.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of
The
work.
muddling.
Yeah.
But-
Oh.
Meat.
You have to go with it like a pestle. You have to go in there like this. It's actually a lot of work. But
Dad's
it's a-
trying
it's
to
a
be
fabulous
silly.
drink.
Family show, Dad.
Yes.
Barter.
It shrinks up when you cook.
Word best.
Family show.
So as far as I know, I mangled the Portuguese, but I think it sounds good to me. So why not? I'm going with it.
You did that.
Caipirinha and caipirinha.
Plus,
Are you supposed to poke the coals to?
So we're running out, having an open air cooker like this. There's no holding the air and limiting your fire. It takes it all in. So we are running low on coals. So I probably need to raise this up and dump some more coals in there. When we do that, it's gonna get a little smoky. So be ready. We're probably gonna have to do that. Like,
See, Brad is now armed with two swords over here. This is,
Hey.
you can't come a little forward.
well, wait, he's a hand model, so
It's a little intimidating, frankly, for those gamers out there. If you're doing like full Baldur's Gate 3, like dual
So-
wielding action here.
And then we just get.
so I see your swords. We do need to light the fire a little bit more.
Look at this thing.
So
Who's gonna carry me back?
here we go right here. Yeah, we go right here.
Yeah.
Let's do this without melting our butter.
Holy smokes, look at that.
Holy smoker. Oh my.
He's a
Lord.
black background. It's not.
That's
Oh, we see it. We feel it.
It's that. So that's one way of doing it. And then this is a kind of traditional Argentinian thing.
yeah, this is cool.
This is
Oh.
This is a spear +1 for those of you who are gamers.
so let me see if I can. You get to the fire, and you.
Look at that. How cool is that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was not prepared.
So my fire's going a little bit
It's
better.
like an Argentinian bellows, so.
So buddy of mine, Al
Fragoni.
Fragoni, from Argentina gave me this, and he had a contest on his website what to name it, and they needed that dragon's breath. We've come up with some different names for it, but dragon's breath works.
Oh, yeah.
And when we have to add a little more coals to this, which we probably need to, or drop this. Well, I'll see how-
Do
So
we
by
have
the way,
a
we're
full
officially in
list of-
overtime right now.
Okay,
We've
very
been
good.
kind of cranking away here,
So I just
but,
crisped up this
Ooh.
fat a little bit. You see that?
oh, wow.
It needs a little more, but you can see where it's crisping up. And you gotta pay attention. It's a lot of fat. It'll drip. So,
Light your face on fire.
yeah, well, it could burn your it can burn your stuff up. So, we're gonna rotate this. And we're gonna check our fish.
So we, you're not gonna have anything to eat here.
Well, I think we're good on these. We're gonna have to add more before we get to our s'mores.
Yeah, I think everybody's just kind of hanging on for the
Oh,
s'mores.
we're
For sure.
cooked on this side. And this side was not. So we can pull this fish off and start nibbling on that. I think you might have to fight Denise. Okay, so
Give her a plate full.
So then James asked a very kind of generic question. Do you have any unique or creative recipes that are always a hit in your cookout? My response to that is look at their website. Like every recipe there is.
So the
Amazing.
crostini is a hit. Like we've done these and we've done it for crowds many times. And like you do them wide, like the bigger ones, and that way you do like 6 of them and you cut them in half so that you can feed 12 people in one shot. So those are really good.
Grilled lettuce.
Grilled lettuce was hot.
Grilled lettuce.
Have we not
Oh.
done that?
I don't think so.
Look at there.
Oh.
And I could cook this like on this side for a long time without it really going through if it's gonna insulate. So that is, yeah, that's not quite crispy the way I want it yet, so we're gonna do that over there. We're
Wow.
gonna check these. You can see where I am getting that nice crust right there, on my. All right, so let's get this fish off of here. And we could do a little finishing salt on that too. Here's the garlic.
You have serving utensils?
Brad, we got some
Our
plates
fingers.
and some forks behind you in that bin. All right, so we're gonna take this off.
I love the idea of when you see these at restaurants and then you have to try to be like, cute and eat it. There's no cute and eat
Oh, yeah,
it, you know?
no, there is.
No.
The delicate date night dish. No, I'm good.
All right,
So
so
chopsticks all
we're gonna go.
So Denise would be the dream date. She just runs in there with her hands.
I am the worst. I can't eat lettuce or pasta, gluten free, or apparently a whole
You can't do
bunch.
lettuce?
I am the worst eater. It's no, but I
Lettuce?
can eat lettuce. I mean, like if someone doesn't like chop it well enough, like when they do like a classic Caesar and they just kind of do like strips of romaine.
You like
Like,
that?
are you wanting me to just fall out of my face? I'm classy in a lot of ways, but you know.
Lettuce is not one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna.
I didn't realize there was a
Wow.
classy lettuce eater. That's interesting.
Now you know. Now next time you're at a restaurant, look around the room and be like, oh,
Okay.
sorry,
You know what, I'm just gonna lean this on this outside fat, just
Oh
like
my
that,
God.
and then we're going to. This is now where I want it to be.
Are you ready for this? It's our picanha vegana.
Picanha.
Hey.
Hey.
So,
You know, that brings us to, this kind of reminds me that maybe we ought to do a kebab session.
look over
Okay.
this. I
What's
got
your bone situation here?
I don't know.
You have to just like be aware.
You're just gonna scrape that right off the top.
Oh my
I'm hoping to
God.
pull it right off.
Oh my God.
Built into.
There's the, I'll get that one.
Oh.
There's a good place.
Beans
Yeah.
are coming, I'm sure.
Take some of that. Watch out for the bone.
So Pepper
See, there's no
apparently.
way to saying this.
You got an extra fork or you-
Of course,
Pepper just came down the stairs.
This is not for you.
Pepper
Well,
says-
I think Pepper disagrees.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Denise style. Just stick it in my pocket.
Oh, we may have missed most of those bones. I'm looking at them right there.
Oh my God, so good. So
Oh,
good.
wow, that's amazing.
Brad, you into the fish?
Oh, yeah. Look him up.
Wonderful.
Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over.
So it was descaled. And then, I mean, honestly, ready to eat.
Yeah.
Pretty
you-
I
much.
kind of
Yeah.
love that.
Just
If-
blow it off.
If your fishmonger will not, clean it and get the scales off, you
New
need a new
fishmonger.
fishmonger. I mean,
Yeah.
just save that. Don't mess with all that. Save yourself all that work. Yeah, I was able to just pull it right, but you can
So-
see the bone structure right there. Here you go, Brad.
So Paul was asking, break out the
That's
white
your-
wine, maybe the Chardonnay. What's the pairing for the fish?
The fish was the first one that we talked about.
Okay.
So that was a stronger fish like the trout that we're eating, quote unquote. You can't see my hands right now. You want to have something like a more full-bodied Chardonnay, but no oak. It's really important. After local wine shop, if you have any unoaked Chardonnays, and you know, it's going to have a little bit of weight to it, and the Chardonnay can hold up to it. On your sheet that you'll all receive, it also mentions that you can do light-bodied reds. Again, if it's hot out, I recommend doing a light chill on that. Now, the wine we have for the steak, not the best pairing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And again, bubbles all the time. With white and pink fish, bubbles all the time. So whether that's a Spanish cava or Italian prosecco, if you're bougie, if you're glamping and you want to do legit $100 champagne, I will be in your tent.
Bougie. Bougie glamping.
Yes, this is bougie fish time.
I can say that one time I ate White Castles with the bottle of Dom Perignon.
I mean,
Now that is a pairing.
You know, pickle bucket with chicken ice in it at a store, so we sell it as a special.
One of those bones,
I know.
the side, I wasn't able to slice.
Eric,
So Garth says chilled sake for me.
oh,
Yeah, it is a pairing.
Anywhere place.
I mean, that could work because it's savory.
Okay.
Sake has a little bit of savoriness to it. It's a rice wine, so it has a little bit of weight.
Just spread
to
the
it.
rest of the stack, Brad.
100%.
I'm gonna get
Are
it.
you getting this technique here? Oh my gosh, look at that. That's
So
pretty.
you go in down and you just slide it off the top of the bone.
Okay.
On the other side, it worked really well. It's not working as well on this side, but
and good flavor.
It's so
It
good.
is wonderful.
Well, and I think that the way that you sliced, like towards the side lends to making this part easier. It kind of came off in little strips.
So Todd says pairing a cold glass of water. That's about the worst pairing I can think of, to be honest.
Well, that's what you do between courses.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a palate
okay, so
cleanser, yes.
here's what you do with that. You pour it over your hands, you give it a little brush, towel off, and then you pour yourself something else.
That's your pairing of water, yes.
Yes, you just basically,
Technically, we're supposed to have water for every beverage. We are doing this wrong.
No, it's okay. We're doing just fine.
This is delicious.
all right.
Now, who's
Here,
gonna
this
slurp the head? Is that what we do?
That is,
That's not gonna be me, that's for sure.
Dad, I got you.
You got a chunk for me?
Yeah, I got you separate.
Oh, wow. What are you gonna do? Eat the cheap meat?
I'm gonna try
Let's
to-
go back to the wide shot. Let's catch Dad enjoying the fish here.
And I gotta check
Oh,
on
boy.
my,
There we go, we're at the wide shot.
Oh, man, let's see.
Mm.
all right,
I'll tell you, that's perfect.
It is wonderful.
this
Juicy,
is pecan.
All right, back to the grill camp.
not fishy at all.
No, it's not fishy at all.
May I have
Exactly.
a paper towel?
There we go.
Oh.
There's the pecan, there's the, yeah, we're making sure we got it covered all the way around. Yes, I am cutting on the same board that I had cooked fish on, but it's cooked, so it's not really cross contaminating.
We're all friends here.
And, yeah. And you guys signed that waiver, right, about
We did.
poisoning you?
We did.
This is good, man.
All right,
Denise hasn't puked yet, so it's all good.
I'm good.
Right?
Puke free.
wait till she succumbs and goes for the costini.
Did you bring Christine?
Oh.
I did mess up,
I mean.
but
I
thank you
bet
for
it's
saving
red.
me.
I
Yeah.
think it's the red.
See, that's why I
thinking,
do
I
it.
know.
Right? Gives me an escape.
All right.
Awesome. It is wonderful.
Sorry that I switched to red already, but
I'm not.
you want more wine? We
Be-
have
be
8 bottles.
transparent.
Yeah, see, Brad, they've almost got enough wine. I said earlier, there's not enough wine. All right, now we're going to, I'm gonna cut this little piece of pecan. I kind of got that one going. So we'd have something to cut while we
Feel
were
free.
waiting on the, because we kind of, the two thicker ones are on that skewer. I'm actually going to re-season, if I can find my seasoning. So one of the things that's a hot thing these days is that people realize that, like, if you look at this right now, you can't see any of the seasoning that was on there. A lot of it just comes off as you flip it and maneuver it. So we're going to, just gonna give it a little,
Double whack it.
I'm just gonna give it a little extra here. I'm starting over here.
Ooh.
And that'll melt in. Give it 60 seconds, it'll melt in there, okay. This, I don't know, not as much cheek meat as I was hoping for.
Well, small fish and smaller cheek, I think that's the best part of the whole fish. Collars and cheek meat.
We're gonna throw this up over here,
Don't say throw.
and then we're gonna grab another cutting board.
Now, these cutting boards are something great to have at the campsite.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, burn it,
Yep.
smells good.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're actually cut in half,
Yeah, these are, because we didn't have as much space.
so we cut them in half, they're double that size.
Oh, I love this.
But I do it
They're
at home all the
used
time,
twice,
if
you know?
I'm doing something small, and it's easy cleanup. Wow.
You have no idea just how. Tender. I mean, it's just. So, anybody wanna hop in there?
Hey, hand actor.
I'm not gonna lie, the time of day is one of my favorite days.
Bring your fork. Or finger.
Well, you could do a little finishing salt on there too. Where's the garlicky?
Oh, yeah.
Like I know it's like.
Let Eric get, oh, wow.
There, come on in.
Come on, maybe he wants it seasoned.
I mean, honestly, it's so good.
Wow.
I
You
hear
already
that
got one?
Gatorade purple is the perfect pairing.
For everything.
So may I just chat really quickly?
What's that?
Um,
I'm just gonna go throw these on right now, and in case anybody. is not
Hungry?
Hungry.
You know, that for a sirloin, that's tender.
How tender was that? I'm like,
it's so
I
good.
don't know if it's like because it's cut from a roast. Because tri-tip's the same way. So when you have the sirloin is this weird shape on the cow, and the canyo's right here, and the tri-tip's at the very bottom. And again, it's this weird shaped piece of meat that they just didn't know what to do. So let me do my hand motion here. So it kind of comes something like this. So you gotta, this is the rump cap or the sirloin rump cap, which is where the top sirloin, that's where picanha and Cookout come from. And at the very bottom, you have this weird piece when they cut it into the steaks, that is this weird triangle. And they didn't know what to do with either one of these things, and they kind of formed into this cult following, and now it's a obsession. Tri-tip on the West Coast, this in South America. And I don't know if it's just because it's a roast that you just cut off, and then it becomes, it's just more tender than because sirloin's not the most tender steak. But what did you have right there? Was that any less tender than a strip or?
No, it's great.
I mean, sure, you know, the what do you call it? The spinalis on the top, the cap is probably the most tender part of the cow, or in a tenderloin. But other than those two, that's and it's sirloin, so it was like this was like $13 a pound.
I was gonna say price point wise.
It was about for that one roast, which you guys saw earlier, was $47 in St. Louis.
Okay.
Which is high. I mean, beef is high. But 3 years ago, that was, $34.
Yep.
So Todd wins the low bar of the day award. He says that looks a bit better than the cold Pop-Tart I just ate for lunch.
Oh.
Wow.
What'd you pair with that cold pop? We're gonna drop this down.
Did you ever show them how you can actually this thing?
Can you grill a Pop-Tart?
You can grill anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, is
I
that,
can toast it on the grill.
You could.
Seems like a big
Now,
waste
can
of
you
charcoal.
make a s'more out of a Pop-Tart?
oh,
So it didn't-
Oh
you
my
weren't that bright
God.
to think of that.
yum.
So I'm just cooking these a little more traditional. Just kind of right over the fire, not skewered, not in the classic C design. Let me check temperature. I need to see how we're looking.
That'd be so
By
good.
the way, remember we just seasoned those, and there's a little bit still left, but most of it's gone. It's just the fat that exudes out and blends with it, and melts, and it creates kind of just a tasty slurry. No, love that word. Okay, so we're at just under 100 degrees on these.
Not anywhere close.
Not anywhere close. So we're okay.
You show the feature that you can actually rotisserize on this thing.
Yeah, here. Hand me that rotisserie right there.
Oh.
Check this bad.
How heavy is that?
Now that is in the D&D world called a mace.
So it's
Yeah. That's crazy.
this is 2 pieces of cast aluminum that are blended here, welded here. This thing weighs
A lot.
20
That's
pounds.
Yeah.
And it's an inch thick. It
You
is,
can put a pretty big critter on.
I
it.
tell people like, you know a lot about it by just this, I tell you, just hold this. And there goes, my rotisserie.
Wow.
Perfect.
Only problem is it's almost too thick. right? It's so well made, like you can't do smaller cuts on it because
Right, oh, no,
it's an inch thick.
That's an inch thick, yeah.
Right,
Yeah, if you're trying to do,
Is turkey or bigger?
trying to do those.
right. You don't need a rotisserie chicken. It's
Trying to
rotisserie
do the
turkey.
Cornish game hens, they'll disappear if you experiment with that.
Right.
And I have for this grill over here, I have a smaller one, but let's compare it to a other one. Like this is the standard one compared to that.
Okay.
I mean,
You don't see like half a cow.
yeah.
Right.
You could do something.
You could. I could do a even bigger than suckling paddock. I mean, you could go to 20 or 30 pounds. All right.
So we're getting people asking about the s'mores.
Yeah.
Okay. So s'mores. Well,
Do
that's
one or two of
cooking.
those.
We can show you some of our what we're gonna do here. Start off with the star of the show.
Let's go back. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna stay in the grill can here. Stay in the grill can.
So what you'll notice here is that I don't have any regular Hershey's milk chocolate.
Okay.
Don't. I mean, you can, if that's your thing, go for it. But try all these different, these little Ghirardelli ones are the perfect shape, right? And this has got a caramel in it, caramel, if you will. Raspberry dark chocolate. I don't know about the mint.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
did
know.
not bring any pairing for your peppermint patty, but I hear that all wine is good wine.
That's the Mr. Beast.
Feastables? What the heck?
Oh
I've never
my
had
God.
these yet. I can't go
What?
crazy about those.
Okay.
I love the white chocolate, the cookies and cream is great on here.
The dark chocolate raspberries.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
Well, I brought Fort one of that.
We've got these big Reese's cups. These might be a little more, these thinner ones might be a little better. And then I'm gonna come over here and grab some of our other stuff. Just bring the whole thing over. Yeah, grab that. Grab that whole thing.
As a former Bay Area resident, let me tell you, the Ghirardelli squares are a good way to go.
Right. So, and then we have, let's see here, we see the cookies. Instead of doing regular graham crackers, chocolate graham crackers, honey graham crackers,
Okay.
cinnamon graham crackers. These were a huge hit. We were just up, we were camping, glamping in cabins in Michigan a week ago, and the cinnamon ones were the hit. I don't know, my grandparents used to have
Marshmallows. Oh my gosh.
these windmill cookies.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, they're phenomenal. I don't know what stroopwafels are,
Stroopwafels?
but they look awesome.
They do look awesome.
So, and we even have just like some regular
Ooh.
cookies. Where are the,
And they're sponge
Oh.
striped.
these?
Oh, now that is the
There we
win.
go.
Okay,
That's
so
childhood.
you don't even need any extra chocolate. You just flip them over because the bottom side is completely coated with chocolate.
Oh, my God.
You put a marshmallow in between there and it
Done.
melts the chocolate, you're done.
Done.
It's great. All right, now let's go to the next level. Now here are your boring marshmallows. You see those? All right, so we have, I don't know what these change colors
What the heck
to,
are those?
but they're pink and blue. We'll
Looks
try
like
those.
baby reveal marshmallows.
Here are unicorn poop
What?
marshmallows. I don't know what those do either.
I feel
But
like your
here-
kids went shopping with you.
Here,
The chocolate stuff.
these are chocolate
What?
stuffed marshmallows,
Yes.
and these are the main
That's
thing.
a thing?
I have not had these yet. Caramel stuffed
Ooh.
my
marshmallows. So we're gonna get crazy with the marshmallows and and the cookies and all of that. Let me put this over here.
I want to say the salted caramel Ghirardelli square with one of those caramel marshmallows.
Right.
That'd be pretty
Oh.
badass, wouldn't it?
All right, let me
Wow.
Bougie.
Bougie
S'mores.
s'mores.
look at that.
Bourgeois.
Hello.
Oh, my God.
We're gonna put this sucker right
Yeah.
and up against there and really get that fat cap taken care of.
Crispy business.
Yeah. Check these.
That's my Instagram handle,
Crispy
crispy
business.
business.
Is it really? No.
But I'm making one
Somebody
now.
just registered it. Just lost it.
All right, we're at 120 over here. We can pull these off and start carving these up. These other ones. So
Pull the weapons out and then.
yeah,
Right.
pull the weapons out. Worry.
They have a friend named Chef John Paul Bourgeois.
Oh, I
Bourgeois?
love that.
Yeah.
We're at it out.
He's a good cook. And hunter. He's good.
He's
So
bougie.
I'm waiting for my pat of butter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we gotta make sure we get the. There we go.
Yes.
All right,
Where's
so,
the butter roll or log or whatever that is?
In the fridge.
no, it's right
Oh,
on.
it's right here.
Getting
Right in.
it.
Softening.
Stop.
Oh, my
All right,
God.
so we're gonna take that off. And we're going to,
Make it look professional like they do on TV.
I think you like.
That-
Pull the knife, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, well done.
No, it's.
don't ever accuse me of well done.
When I want to compliment you, I'm gonna be like, mid-rare. So good.
All right, so let's,
Crispy business.
we're gonna get this. Nice crisp pieces.
That is one bougie piece of meat.
That's one crispy business.
When you put the butter.
They get the butter on.
I'm just gonna take a look at that. Oh, you want to put some butter on right now?
Yeah.
All right.
I
That
wanna
butter
see it
melt.
melt.
They get sloppy.
Oh, the butter is warming up. I
Wow.
mentioned it's warm here.
I would have left, well, what, it's,
We're gonna,
Oh,
Big honkin'.
gee.
oh, we're not doing one.
Look at that.
We're not doing one. We're not doing, no, I'm kidding.
even prettier, but use that carry. So I'm with you.
All right, so let's let that melt a little bit. And it'll, it's gonna create some amazing board sauce here when it melts and gets in.
I don't know that in board sauce, somebody's just slicing that steak and dredging it through that board juju. Oh, man.
Slice some broth right here. Beans.
Oh, yeah.
So we had Lauren watching the show from England, and she said that she's probably gone by now, but she signed off. She said she had to sign off to go tend the smoker with slow cooked steak and crack open the board out.
Oh, well
So
done.
we can fire people in a different continent.
You did it again. It's well done. Well, I don't know. Maybe that might be an English thing.
Well, what we're having is South American red because we're celebrating South American steak. So
Okay.
we're having,
So this is a South American.
it is Chilean, which they do excellent full bodied reds. And it is Carmenere, which has some of the pyrazines. So
Pyrazines.
if you were doing this with like chimichurri or anything kind of, I'd say like traditional down there, it'll go with that. The herbed butter, exactly. But yeah,
Oh, you gave me more? Oh, sorry.
Malbec and Carmenere are the perfect
You guys
pairing.
doing mixed marquistinis?
Hey!
Hey, so funny. Well
Look
done.
at it dripping.
Mendoza.
I'm eating though because I got a little butter on the top.
Oh, that's not
Mendoza
But,
for the Argentinian Malbec, but this is from the Elqui Valley of Chile. And it's a
This is
2018, there's a little age on it. And this is the current vintage,
Is it 20?
2018.
Oh, 2018?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
this is one of my best.
Oh,
sellers.
hold on, guys. You ready?
Ooh, wow.
It's still bubbling. You see that?
Oh, yeah. There it goes.
That's good.
Portrait mode.
All right, so we're gonna get this on this side. Oh, this one. Look at that bubbling right there.
Mm.
Shadow. All right, so we're gonna stand this one up.
That's so rare, ain't even melting the butter.
Oh, oh, Dad doesn't like. Brad, you wanna get in there? Or is it too red for you?
Pretty red, but I was
All
up
right,
for it.
you know what? I'll take the smaller one and I'm gonna put it right back over the
There you
fire. This is the way God intended, right? Like, just throw it back on fire and keep going. To me, this is perfection right here. You just get that.
I was gonna
Get
say,
the
get some
board
of the.
juice, yes.
I believe there's an Italian word for this.
Garbage.
Garbage.
There we go.
Here comes Brad.
Come on, Brad, you.
Come on, Brad. There you go.
He said, I'll get a
Which
skinny.
one has the most little fatty fat? Oh my God. Is it bad when you just want to try the gristle?
I'm just shocked that
you know.
PEPPER. It's not like camped out down here waiting for.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
actually a little disappointed in her, actually. All right, Brad, this one's for you. This one's a little over. So. Oh, let's get the butter.
Just take that butter from the
What?
first one.
I can just rub it on there like a, just,
There we go. Oh my God.
You know, nothing says you gotta leave that into a log. You could just put it into a little bowl.
Sure.
Farming.
Paint it on there almost.
But it's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh my God,
If you
look
want
at
to do it in a
that.
corn cob holder,
Oh my
make
God,
it into a log, you can do that.
look at that.
It's bougie.
Are we seeing that?
Oh yeah, we're on the steak cam.
Nice going through there awful easily. When how bad it makes it sharp. That's pretty great.
This is one of the ones I just had it and I was like, we lost our knife sharpener. We gotta. Yeah, this one hadn't been touched since the last time we cooked.
So by the way, we're deep into overtime here.
Yeah.
Which appreciate everybody sticking on, and the vast majority of people are still with us.
That's
So
awesome.
they're hanging, not just for the
S'mores
steak,
S'mores time.
but the s'mores time.
The
is-
more steak.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, we're gonna literally burn that butter. Look at that.
I'm jumping.
The s'mores are coming.
This is
Kind of
it's
weird.
for the lux, but it's so good. It's happening at 145. So
I'm going for the
Oh.
big thing right here.
Mhm.
Big butter on it.
Yeah. I'm good that I'm not on the camera right now. You got some butter right there. Oh, there we go.
that's how you know you did it right.
I was like, I have too many paper towels. No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Mm.
You should burn. You can do the hand thing. Look at that. It's like right around that
Right.
camera. You should have grabbed like 3 or 4.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's more.
We're gonna go.
My staff is gonna be like, what kind of wine glass is this? Where have you been?
So how many people do you think we could sit out here and what can we charge them to, we could just do this, do 3 or 4 dishes and
I mean, I'm all about that.
stand here and.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
That-
see, I'm a char fan.
Yeah, me too.
Give me like, mid rare. It's like the Lady Pittsburgh.
Lady Pittsburgh.
Like, I don't want it like black and blue. I want a Lady Pittsburgh.
Red, you wanna get in there?
Light char.
I'm more of a medium well guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Medium well.
I'm more of a medium well guy. I just like the texture better.
What I also like though is if someone does cook it rare, medium rare, you get that end. That's so much char,
The
so much
burnett's?
fat.
Oh, yeah.
fat. Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
So the trick in Texas barbecues, you always ask for the burnett's,
Right.
because those are the medium well done areas of the brisket. And it's got a lot more bark on them, kind
And
of
it
bark
sells
per
out first.
ounce or whatever. That's the way to go.
Alright.
So that's the thing, you can ask for burnett's.
All right, here's your char end.
This might be safe for us.
And we gave you some wines that pair well with char. So on the document that you guys get, these will
Right.
be perfect.
That's getting closer.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
well, then we got a little.
Give me that end. Well, actually, you get that.
No, I'm good.
You're
No,
the
no.
special
Here, you
guest.
want that.
Yeah, you.
Here,
grab
hold on,
that.
we get that butter in there.
There we go.
Boom, look at that.
Board sauce action. You wanted that char, you wanna get it?
I'm gonna go like this. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's good. That's exactly what I like.
Ooh, she's hot. No surprise. Surprisingly, the thing that came off the hot coals is hot.
Yeah.
How does that work?
That is really good.
Devoured by the hottie.
Oh, thank you. Me and my cast appreciate you.
That's more on the medium well side, yeah.
They have a cast of characters there.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Oh,
See?
just the tenderness of that one is more tender than all the other
Yeah,
ones we've had so far. Bread,
Hmm.
outstanding.
just dredge it across the top of that other one.
I know that the steak would be good on its own without the butter, but to me, it's like if you're hiking all day or on the river all day and you just want some natural fat with your protein. That's what it's at.
Get in there, Eric.
Get in there.
Make sure that you
That-
touch that other steak. though.
Yes,
That was the best.
double dip.
I have to say that part right
I'm
there.
gonna
Yeah,
have
give you
some,
time.
I'm gonna have
That's
some,
strong.
I'm gonna have some crostinis with my steak.
Do I have some medium well on here? There we go. Outstanding.
Oh, here we go. Get down here, let's do.
So good.
Have we ever done tri-tip?
What's that?
Tri-tip is another tri-tip.
That's what I want to do, yeah.
I
Well, we talked about
love the
one of the
look
other
of
things
that.
to do, because beef is so expensive, to do like a non-tradition. This is one of them. We were gonna do picanha as one of the different, I think one of the very first things we did was steak.
Mhm.
We did like the traditional, we're talking about how to buy steaks, one of the, it's like, 4 years ago, during
Oh,
COVID.
wow, yeah.
And so, but now, you know, those traditional steaks are 28, 30, 35 dollars a pound.
Yeah.
Like, go find a terrace major or a flat iron or a hanger steak or, you know, whatever it is, and we could do something. That's what I think we should maybe do next. Just do like 9 different steak cuts till we find out that the meat sweats actually exist.
Oh my God.
So Miss PEPPR is on the job here. She heard Denise.
I think it's the board juice that went
Board
to the
juice.
floor.
Four
Excited.
juices, yes. She's like, yes, I'm here for that. You know,
Good marbling.
okay,
What is that?
let's show the people. What are you showing me? Let's see here. That's what Dad showed me.
Just some raw steak, some New York strips prime from Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, okay,
$15.98 a pound,
okay,
marbled like
Pepper.
that.
okay.
Yeah, the pepper.
It doesn't happen very often, but we have friends there in the meat department that,
Oh, you guys have friends in meat departments?
yeah, and so when I need a special cut or something out of the ordinary for one of these, something like we're doing here, if they can get it, I go through them because they're reasonable. But every now and then they get in some steaks that are exceptional, that maybe
Yeah.
should have been a higher grade, and they photograph them, send me a picture, text, say, do you
Yeah,
want
how about that
these?"
for service?
And I say, I'll take them all, and they never send it.
Are we doing the s'mores on the same grill?
Heck, yeah.
Nice. I mean, this
Heck
fits in
yeah.
my SUV. I just take it with me when I go camping.
There's the, hang on.
I just
Oh,
drive
see
it to
this.
go camping.
You can see the dead soldier down there.
Oh.
That'll be extra crispy.
I
It's
mean-
probably still juicy.
Pepper. Yeah.
Literally.
All right, so
much compound butter on the floor.
all right, so I'm going to try to get some charcoal in here without catching the charcoal on fire. And because I'm not kidding, I just did that with this bag. I started the
Oh.
fire last time I did it.
That's one way to open it.
So, well, I was dumping in there and I'm like, oh, look, where you go? And I lifted it back up and I'm holding the electric torch.
But originally, this was all a wood fire.
Yeah, we start off with wood. I'm not going to put in more wood because
Smoke.
the smoke is really a lot.
Do we need like a little 9x13 for the.
All right, so we're gonna dump this in here, get this going. What happens is all that dust. Sort of burns up.
Now, we're probably gonna get requests for the flamethrower. There we go. Now we're
Can
talking.
you see?
Here's
Put it
the
down, put it
flamethrower.
down.
All right, here we go. Bam. Look at that.
I mean, I keep that in my backpack when I can.
I feel bear for this. You know,
Stick it right down the throat.
I just, you know, I just immolate them right there, you know, on the trail. And with
You
the
don't need
amount
the
of
bear meat.
BTUs this thing comes with, it just kills them instantly, so,
And
yeah.
you got plenty of bear meat. You can.
And it comes, I mean, you kill the bear and you can start carving off steaks. It is, I'm telling you, it's an experience. You bring a whole crowd with you at a table. And you just have them, as soon as the bear comes along, you have them start setting up the table while you burn up the bear and make bear steaks. It's really a unique catering experience, and I'm like on none other. If you guys want to do it, it's $100,000 a ticket, minimum 20 people.
Bear steaks. Wow.
Everybody say, "Would you please get the dance?"
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Everybody's like, hey,
Really,
really?
the dance some more.
Yeah.
Well, because they're not
Where's
getting
mine?
to eat the butter. That's what I was asking. Should we move these out of the way?
We'll get. I'm just trying to find my little thing that moves the charcoal.
Oh,
It's right here.
It's right here.
Right by where the charcoal goes. So I'm trying to get to the coals that are still remaining down there, so they'll light the new ones. By doing, there's vents, there's gaps in the charcoal bed here, the firebox, and so I'm trying to get the ash to fall down, leaving my hot coals, which will ignite my new coals. And if things are going slow, I just bring out
the dragon
The
breath.
spear,
the dragon's breath.
yes.
That is all.
It's so cool.
Somebody learned a lesson when they made this. they were like, I'll just blow on it.
And if it
And
doesn't
then
work, just impale somebody.
they
Well, this is
lit
how
themselves
outside,
on
if
fire.
the torch doesn't work, this is also how I take care of the bear.
It's an Olympic event from what I
It
heard.
is, it's javelin, bear javelin.
I guess the Argentinians are really good at the job.
Is this anything like Bear Grill?
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
You wouldn't think CO2 would do that. You'd think you'd need clear oxygen.
Wow,
I think it's
See?
just the movement,
that's so
getting
awesome.
that next set. Yeah.
All Scott's hot air, just making it work. He's like, Denise, you
If
received
you
a
ever wondered how
one
much
finger
hot air
salute.
comes out of Scott, now you know.
so I told my wife, see, that's it, that's all I had. If it wasn't for all that, I could edit that
Well,
out.
that's 2 strikes.
I've been good today.
Are you having good?
Yeah.
I've been good.
Worst word you said is Christine.
Seriously, how quickly we got a fire now, I mean.
No, that's amazing.
Sure, I got it going a little bit with the 3-pronged torch.
That rocket fire torch.
It's just cooking now.
But that is all with the power of my
Hot air.
hot air.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you mentioned chimichurri earlier. This guy, Al Dragoni, has his own line of chimichurri. It's
Ooh, I
it's
love
dehydrated
chimichurri.
and you add the vinegar and the oil to it.
Oh,
And he has a spicy one and a regular one. Try it. Oh, it's fabulous stuff.
I love it.
All right, so drop this down. And we're gonna move this grill grate over so that we can get closer to that fire. And then we can get
Oh,
our-
I see. I didn't even notice those came out. This really is like an everything.
Hey, look at that.
done this before.
So by the way, Mr. Producer Guy says this is officially the longest barbecue session on record.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that, Brenda, but next time we'll.
No, we're not sorry at all, actually.
Next
I'm gonna
time we'll
keep
do,
it. I'm
next
gonna
time we'll
keep
do
it.
brisket.
Yeah,
Is it two?
this is fabulous.
Oh, we're good. Okay, I got about 15 minutes. 15
So-
minutes.
You get the first one.
I just want.
Well, I'm just happy because I get paid overtime. So
There you go,
wait.
see?
Hey, I forgot about that. The sponsorship.
Here's to that.
it's in my contract. I don't think about it. And maybe I need to put a provision in there. All right, so let's get some skewers. I'll be right back. We don't have skewers out here.
We have skewers.
You can put them on those big swords. That'd be kind of
We
fun.
could. We could. You want to try
I'm not
that?
sure, I'm not sure how the cookies would handle that, but
You know, another way to do s'mores inside, if you got a gas stove, you just get the little wooden skewers and stand around the gas stove. You could do them inside. You could indoor camping.
a little messy, but it'll work.
Hey, you know, why not? Of course, nobody's gonna have gas stoves pretty soon, but that's another story.
Mr. Hant, can you go in that cooler and grab a bottle of pink bubbles?
Ooh, pink bubbles.
I would hop, but I don't want to
We
scare
don't
them.
want, no, we don't want hot.
Next
So
to
where
the,
is
next
pink
to the hairs,
The hairs,
hairs.
those pink bubbles. All right, let's go back to the wide shot so we can see Miss Denise here.
We're gonna talk wine while we're
Yes.
hanging out. Hi, everyone. We've had all of our Persinis today. So while Scott's prepping for the transition to the sweet stuff, you know, we have an array of s'mores information or s'mores ingredients on that board. The best thing to do is think about wine that's sweeter than the food. So we're gonna go full sweet. So the first thing I have for you, Dr. Vanna, is actually something called a Burketto. And a Burketto looks pink, it's sweet. It might scare some people that don't drink sweet wine, but it's refreshing, effervescent, pink, fresh berries. So not sweet like a pie, but like the best berries in the clamshell.
Okay.
And so if you're like, I want a sweet wine, but I just want to not feel too full because we're already going to gorge ourselves with at least 2.5 s'mores each. Consider a bruschetto. This is from Northern Italy. It's colder up there, and it's got pleasant acidity to match the sweetness level. Not to scare anyone that doesn't like sweet wine, but this is seen as like Moscato's brother. So Moscato was white and peachy. This is like perfect, fresh, semi-tart berries.
Standing right in front of everyone.
The other wine I have, Vanna, is a very traditional ruby port. So those of you that, love a good port wine, this is just like a stewed, rich kind of Portuguese red, but it's meant to be served in like a 2-ounce port. This is awesome when it gets cold out too. It has a little bit of a higher alcohol than a normal wine, but port is fortified. It's rich, it's dense, it's full on fruit flavor. All that goes well with chocolate. So we're kind of
Did you say
pairing
chocolate?
chocolate. We're kind of pairing it the sweetness of the dessert. And also just, berries, sweet reds tend to go well with chocolate itself. And again, this is great for the summertime, the sparkling red, and then the port wine's great for the wintertime. You probably could. It's quite a dense wine, and it has a little bit more alcohol than your usual.
Grab some.
Yeah.
Sauce.
But it has
Grab
a
those,
sweetness to it, so you want to be careful if you want to add that flavor.
All right, so let's go back to the s'mores cam here.
S'mores cam.
Mhm.
These are the chocolate filled ones. We're going straight. there.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm
And I am
ready.
just toasting them.
Those are not the gender reveal ones. Those are
I don't even know what those are.
Straight
I'm not,
up
those
marshmallows.
frighten me.
unicorn poop or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of bizarre.
Corn food.
Yeah,
I don't know the store.
marketing works, right?
Well, I have an 8-year-old daughter.
Yeah, right.
She was gonna be all over the unicorn
Oh, so
food.
we're gonna do the fudge stripes
Yeah, we're gonna do chocolate fudge stripes. Yeah, that's right here.
and boring marshmallows.
No, these are the chocolate filled.
Oh, those are okay.
We're not, I'm not even messing around with the
My
boring
apologies.
ones.
I'm claiming something.
Denise gets the first shot because.
Can you eat,
Yeah.
can you eat the fudge stripe
I
cookie?
can't, but I can eat the marshmallow.
Oh, you
Now,
throw the, oh, let's just go straight there to you.
Does
with the
anyone,
marshmallow.
does anyone here think they don't like sweet wine?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we're gonna pop this
I'm sweet wine hesitant.
because number one, Koki's one of the best products out there, out of Northern Italy. They make great vermouths, but they make great sparkling wine.
Oh,
But wait till you try this.
Oh, check that out.
look at that.
And you guys will say, I'm not a sweet wine drinker, but
Uh,
gosh darn.
Hey,
Ah, I've been hit again.
Wait till you try this. And I just want you to imagine this honestly with chocolate ganache, with flourless chocolate torte. We're going bougie campsite here.
We're
That's
allowed
what
to
this
have
is.
flour torts.
Gee.
This is bougie campsite. So the effervescence is the key with a sweet wine sometimes if it's hot outside. You know what I
oh my
mean?
gosh, it's like drinking berries.
It's fresh.
Wow.
In Italy, they go, it's so fresh and fruity. And that's what we've got right here.
Now they say, excuse me while I work on my scarpetta.
Yeah. And
You
it's,
Americans and your spatchcock.
a normal red
That
wine
was like
would
a
be like,
Scottish Italian thing. I'm
I
not
didn't even
sure
know what the hell that was. I was trying to cover it all.
a normal red wine might be like 14%. This is half alcohol. So you probably already had a whole meal. You've already had all your products.
This is great.
It's
That's
like,
really
it's an aperitif at the end of the meal. It's like, it's easy peasy. Oh,
Okay, so I'm just gonna pull it.
Hi.
I didn't want to do that. I thought it's,
you're like, she's just
I don't
gonna,
know how I'm gonna get this up here at once. Okay, you're gonna have to go over and pull this up.
Oh, go ahead.
Get a napkin.
okay. Ooh,
Hot?
Oh, you just took the chocolate out of it.
Oh, no.
my fish fork.
Here, you got it.
Fork. Take them both.
Yeah.
Get them both, get them both. Yeah, just take the other one.
Oh, the other one too?
Yeah, those are, those are.
Lucky. Wait, you guys gotta see this.
There you go.
You guys can't appreciate what that is right there, that glorious mess.
It's like cheese.
That is
pool,
like good
but-
central.
I'm
Mm,
gonna burn off this,
I got a little bit on my fork.
right. Here,
Oh, wow.
you wanna grab that?
Oh, boy.
Woo.
Ooh, wow.
I mean, I
That's
think
a
these are
straight up
game
chocolate
changers.
filled marshmallow.
yeah,
Okay.
Oh my god.
So the trick, you really got to kind of go slow with those
Mhm.
because you can toast the outside of them before the inside starts to get gooey.
Okay.
So you really got to kind of take your time. And for those of you who like to just light that sucker on fire and blow it out and eat it, and I know who you are. There's a lot of you out there. Then don't. That's not necessarily for you.
That's really good.
All right, I'm going to make a couple more of these.
So
And
now,
we got the fudge round.
not to sound weird, but that is, it cuts the fat
It's
of the
nice.
marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna.
Carries it.
Cautious wine margaret. No,
Schnucks. I just love to say
there's
schnucks.
plenty, I'd say like the wine and cheese.
If you're
place
really
version.
a local redneck, it's Snooks.
Snooks.
Yeah. You been to Snooks lately?
So the good thing about this, unlike any other wine, every single Ricchetto will look just like this. There aren't many wines out there that they're all gonna be the same. There aren't too many producers and they have to taste a certain way. That's a wine policy out of that area.
So we're doing fudge stripes here. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, we're just gonna jump into those fudge stripes. We'll make two
You
of
guys,
it.
it's been real, but I gotta go hang out with real adults now.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left.
Oh
5-minute warning. We got to do the last one. Yes.
my god.
It's been awesome. But
See, I'm lighting it on fire. I'm just doing what I told everybody not to do. You gotta do them slow because if not, the chocolate in the middle doesn't get.
See, I'm a fire person. I'm that person that's always surprised that my mouth hurts after I eat.
Okay.
There's jokes.
Yes.
There's lots. They're all
Yeah,
swirling.
yeah, don't-
And I'm just.
I know this is overtime. That's all.
I feel like the FCC or FEC or
We've already
lots
got
of those
2
letters
strikes.
are gonna be mad at me if I go there. So I am going to leave that one.
You
off.
gotta
Yeah,
keep
we're
that.
right there. Oh, you got your hat on. Look at you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
You're
have
really
to,
gonna-
I have to prepare for a class.
Okay.
That's okay.
And
You can
teach a
do
class.
that, and we are going
I
to,
better suck the rest of this down so you can have your glass.
Sure.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
give me any more.
Cheers. It was so good to spend time with you all. It was so good to
Well,
meet you. It's birthday.
Steamy.
Steenies.
all right, let's get. I'm going to.
You guys
Well,
want to
the
have
first
beef for
strike.
days. I can actually take that.
Well, I'm gonna miss my flight. I don't care. That's the best part.
Look. So this.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness. That's yours, Denise. Oh, she can't have that. That's right.
Oh, I
You can't
have
have
mine,
that.
I have
Okay, so here's one. Who wants this one?
I mean,
And it's just melting the chocolate on the inside of those,
Oh
that
my
fudge
God.
round.
Yeah.
Dad, coming your way on
Watch
the
this.
next.
Watch the sploosh.
sploosh. See, all these words, love, you know these words.
Did we solution in the
Oh my
trustees?
goodness.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
I
let's
see
quickly
you.
go
I
show this.
see you
Look
trying to
back.
be funny.
This is the other one.
Holy cow.
And if you think that the standard, whatever, graham cracker, milk chocolate, plain old boring works, then you're just
That is
missing out.
so rich, it's like ridiculous.
It is.
Well, and that's why like the port wine's probably a better pairing, but that Ricchetto that no one would buy.
This is my
Because
fault.
it's maybe like not your normal vibe,
Right,
just
you
like
try caramel?
refreshes your mouth
Um,
after that. I love it.
I'm gonna do
Oh.
a plain,
But what?
yeah.
You're gonna do a plain one?
Yeah.
The question is, are you guys gonna turn the camera around and watch me pop out the door? No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. No.
I mean, we should.
No.
Are we gonna end? Are we gonna?
No, I
end
think what we're gonna do is we're gonna sign off because we don't want to watch you pop. As much as that, as fun as that would be.
No.
So while I finish, let's go back to the wide shot, Mr. Producer Guy. While I'm finishing my chewing here, of this extremely rich. Oh, I'm being assaulted by a marshmallow.
Yeah, we have all kinds of weapons here. We have marshmallow forks, swords, skewers.
So I hope you had as much fun as we did. Thanks for hanging out with us here at the campfire, Camp Tintri. Miss Denise, thank you so much. Dad, thank you.
Here.
Brad, the hand actor, thank you so much. The skewer full of marshmallows, thank you too.
caramel ones.
I don't
know what to expect from these. I've never had these before.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we so appreciate you hanging out with us, including the overtime. This is a record setter.
Sorry, we ran
So-
long.
No, I'm not
How many
sorry.
people do we still have?
I'm not
on
a
right now?
lot.
I'm curious.
A lot. So again, so rich. I'm having trouble talking. It's so rich. So thanks again, guys. Look for your email. Make sure that doesn't go to spam if you won the pellet grill. Check that out. And make sure to go to tintri.com/camp or just search Camp Tintri to see all the other events we have coming up in our series. So thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.